legendary place that the end of the map reveals is only legendary till someone proves it real. Through it all, through all the troubled times, through the heartache and through the pain, know that I will be there to stand by you, just like I know you'll stand by me. So come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. Together we will find everything that we're looking for. There's always room for you if you wanna be my friend. We are on a cruise. We are. 무서운人のなりく精神超人外を物のけみたいだ巨神高い命宿者とはパッパラパの中身な人間消せる期待不平等な人生才能もない大上非日常が本心平等に没個性たどる気を僕に明日もないから夢のハウスまで泣いて泣いてどんな顔すればいいか分かってるだけどまだ答えてこれよ闇を払って闇を払って夜の帳が降りたら合図だ相対して回る感情線ざれ言などは吐き捨てるけどまだ止めないでまだ止めないで誰よりも里がある街に生まれしこの正体を今はただ呪われた僕の未来を想像して走って転んで消えないと痛い手は世界が待ってるこの一生
永遠の意味知らぬ君に答えを示す時だ
無限に続く螺旋の先へ言い訳に聞こえた理由は
明るい未来たぐった弱さ
それは強さと吐き違えている憎い好きを隠すような孤独やでも君さえなければ揺らいでいる揺らいでいる離れるようにしようすぐ奪っていく奪っていく嵐のように心を裂く永遠の秘密知らぬ君に答えを示す時だ無限に続く螺旋の先にまっすぐ渡るYes, we've got superpowers. Yes, we've got superpowers. Yes, we've got superpowers. Yes, we've got superpowers. There's a monster deep within your dream, taking aim for your heart, so it would seem. Stand tall and read, go to hell and jump for paradise. Every time dangerous, dangerous. We like it serious, serious. Oh, looking deep in the dream, there is the one in pain. Turns out that's the one who means the most to you today. Adventure calls now, let's go. The balls built between us, they will show. Still what we don't know. Yes, working hard together. Yes, You are my special. You are my special.どんな試練ものもどんな予想ものも心を得る一挙手一投足走り出したのはコントロール You are my special 無茶苦茶にしてくれないか一切を存分に食らい尽くして正面深い揺らんでもめまいがするほど You are my special
You don't want Mark Month. Your points were giving willingly. We were there for cupcakes. Obey or be timed. Yep. First video we see in the chat is what we're doing. Jujutsu Kaisen Monsoon? No.
We already did our
It's my demon time.
Oh boy. A bunch of the new emotes. Bane is actually downstairs. I don't know who that person is. He's making a cat tree.
Ivana Neri says, why One Piece is doomed?
But was that the first one we saw in chat? Yep, I guess so. Yep, that was the first one we saw in chat. Okay. I am not ready for the stupid death equals stakes argument. And it's funny because when we were going through the videos, the first argument we heard from that video was about stakes. And there's only one way that can go, honestly. Yo, what's up? The only thing Jujutsu Kaisen did better than One Piece was getting me to drop it. Bums. There's a amount of Jujutsu Kaisen videos to go through and would make good revisited content.
If only we were interested in Jujutsu Kaisen. If only.
Is this going to be just One Piece slander on these vids? Kind of like triggered? Who knows?
Potentially.
Who knows?
The JJK one probably isn't going to be slandered necessarily. It's just going to be JJK does these things better as opposed to what Trigger says. It's just like, this is stupid. This is dumb. I'm not going to make the video. I am going to make the video.
Scam. Hello, chat. You should make it so you always win when you gamble 445. Hey, can you stop starting streams before the time you set? The stream doesn't technically start until the time we set. We set 3 p.m. on our time, and that's 4 minutes from now. So the stream is technically not started yet. We're still in pre-stream times. Yeah, if people come in at 3, they don't miss anything.
That's when the stream starts.
You're
missing this riveting content, I suppose.
Yeah, if you want to be part of this, show up 5 minutes before the stream time because that's when DA
Thousand Master Swan Slayer says, ain't no party like a IxTizzy party.
I can't think of anything Jujutsu Kaisen does better than One Piece. We hear y'all. Mark Month starts next week. The only thing that Jujutsu Kaisen has over One Piece is the Big Pretty. Bums, Mark Month. Oops, Jujutsu Kaisen, T23, Mark November. Hey guys, got this stream on in the background while I'm playing through Metaphor ReFantazio. I am also playing that game, and I think I'm like 25 hours in. It has consumed me.
I want to play it, but I'm in my Macan crunch.
And then you still got so much Yakuza stuff.
Yep.
One Piece over Jujutsu Kaisen all day, every day. Funny how it's always about deaths. Hotel.
Of course.
They were doing that. What T23 does better than ALX is voice acting. Burn. The best thing Jujutsu Kaisen did was put Gojo in that box. The worst thing was taking Gojo out of that box.
His creation of he is the strongest dude just walking around it's just a problem. Kaido is way over there, and we got to get to Kaido, and he's not on our team. This dude, he's right plopped in front of us, and everybody's just like, okay, get Gojo out of the way, and now we can start our plan.
Maybe the One Piece is the real bums we met along the way. Pre-stream streamcast. Mark month, when does voting start? Mark month, when does voting start? Some people. Voting tomorrow. So in order to do voting, I need to copy and paste or type out all of the videos and their creators that you guys submit. Sometimes you just submit the text, not even the video creator, just the title. Sometimes you link me, so I have to go through all of those and grab that information and then put it in that thing, and then it's just a process. But tomorrow should be fine. Did you finish the tree?
No.
Cool. What's up, Gabo? Hope. Nora Bell. Nora Ball? Let's say Nora.
Nami the Goat says, "We better not gas the JJK female cast cough Nobara."
Oh yeah, the cash bush. Thank you for re-upping to the bums, or welcome to the bums. No, actually, new member. Thank you. What's up, Jorobo? Not you, Corey. Gene Otaku. Not you, Corey. Jay is gay. Carlo. Mark. The Elf. Mark the Elf. Jay. Gaming. Valstrax. Varia. Priscilla. Unknown. Nami the Goat. Ivana. Meme. Anko. We're just about done, I think. Leo. Z-Man. Gamer, as opposed to gaming. Blaze. Posse. Yep, we're all caught up. All right. Yeah. You can still submit your videos whenever. Even when voting starts, you can still submit videos. I will still be adding to the list. You can submit up until the day we close voting. It doesn't really matter. Now, you may not get voted at that point, so it's better to get it in early. But you can do it at any time. Like if a new video comes out and you want to do that instead of one of your 4, I will literally take away one of the 4, even if it's been voted on, and add your new one.
Well, if it's been voted on, I think...
Peregrine Heel says,
It is what it is.
it's funny how JJK's female cast was touted as one of the best, and now it's the complete opposite.
Because people were so quick to do it. And that's part of the problem. People form their opinions and the things they think about a series so quick into the series that they, like, let's just look at something like Bleach. You might have thought initially, hey, Bleach is gonna showcase this cast of characters very well because they all get a fight in Soul Society. They all get these things. But then, hey, Chad's not here. Hey, Orihime's basically doing nothing. Hey, Ruki is not around. But from the initial jump, you might think, oh my God, they're gonna be here forever. And that's what happens all the time. These are long-running, long-form storytelling things, but 5 minutes in, you're like, oh, this is going to be great. It's always going to be great with the women. It's always going to be great with this.
We're here.
We're here and forever. Yeah, My Hero Academia got the same praise early. Oh, One Piece is doomed.
This dude again, our boy.
We are talking about why One Piece is doomed by MyAnimeLists or IxTizzy or whatever his name is.
No description.
Nami the Goat says, y'all need to hit back up Shonen Showdown, the return of Purple Hoodie Man.
Hey, give it.
Is there a new one? Or one that we haven't done? I think there's one that we haven't done. Oh, no. Dang it, I saw some people holding up signs. Which anime fan can perfectly answer these questions? I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is no description.
Okay.
Other than just socials. But he does have a video called Will There Ever Be Another Jujutsu Kaisen? And the thumbnail is 1 in a billion. So
that's crazy. Just add it to the
list.
list.
Where they are in there.
Tizzy has a Don Don video being very disingenuous to the quality of the manga because Va Boom.
This dude is very, very
Gaming and
bad.
Beerinch says, still angers me how Orihime got dirty in a Roncar only to be a plot device for Aizen to fight Ichigo.
Yep.
This dude is just quietly very, very bad.
I'm actually going to submit a poll. I'm actually I need to readjust the TTS, I think. Cause from the last time. Yep.
Can't get away from this dude. Yeah, he's got some interesting videos.
Configuration updated successfully.
JJK was glazed so hard when it was barely setting the foundation in season 1. Yeah, but it's that early hype stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like people want to believe that they got in on the ground floor or they were correct, so they can always point back 5 years from now and say, I was saying from the beginning that this is blah blah blah, or maybe even that they're trying to hype beast it before the hype beast comes around, before more people start talking about, hey, the female cast, more people start talking about, hey, the themes of this thing, whatever, what have you. Wait a minute, who's this guy again? I've seen a little bit of their video. We did a video on him. I can't remember.
There was one about when Deku lost his arms, and then another one about the ending of JJK.
No, we already did it, Corey. It's over. It's this video. Somebody TTS'd it.
Now, we all love One Piece, or at least I hope we all love One Piece. Personally, I'm a big fan of it, as you can tell by the Luffy bounty poster in the back.
There's one poster in the background that may have cost $5. That does not speak to your huge fan. I've got 2 or 3 DBZ messenger bags. Not a big fan.
Yeah. You got Fairy Tail merch.
It's objectively good.
Luffy bounty poster in the back. It is one of my favorite animes of all time.
Nani
It
the
is one of
Goat
my
says, is it a hot take to say Fairy Tail female cast is better than JJK females?
They're more utilized. And I think more of them get a story. Are those stories as good as the ones that the Jujutsu Kaisen ones get? Like Maki's? Because I haven't read all of Jujutsu Kaisen, so I can't necessarily say for or against that. I'll just say more of them got a story and more of them were utilized.
They say it's one of their favorites. They have 3 One Piece videos. If you want to include the big 3 ranked from worst to best.
What's up, Jay?
And they have a lot more Bleach videos.
Of course.
my favorite mangas of all time. I think the story is beautifully written, and I'm forever going to be a fan. Now, even if you don't like One Piece, you definitely know what it is if you're a fan of anime. It is impossible to like anime and not have heard about One Piece. The two terms are practically synonymous with one another. And one of the main things that makes One Piece so iconic and
Delicious.
Can we find a new word? But then I'm just gonna end up hating that word.
famous is how long the series is.
Oh no. It doesn't matter about the length because One Piece hit its peak like 8 years ago. If it ended there, like however that could happen, it would still be the same.
Especially in comparison to every other shonen series in existence.
No, because Ippo is a shonen.
And I think there's some like comedy gag manga that went on for like 2,000 chapters.
If you want to count Boruto and Naruto, it's got about 800 around, and One Piece that's 300 more chapters. It's not substantially larger. You just kind of don't know what you're talking about there. Ippo, Detective Conan, Ultimate Muscles. Yeah, it's just JoJo's. Yeah, I think somebody would just like page count. JoJo has more pages than One Piece.
The current one just started. We need to get a little bit deeper into it.
A lot of setup.
The
But
manga
I do like the new character's design, and I'm looking forward to hearing about more about him.
to every other shonen series in existence. The manga is well over 1,000 chapters. The anime is also way over 1,000 chapters, and for any anime and manga series, that is already absurd. Bleach and Naruto were about 700 chapters long each, and One Piece is completely towering over them with over 1,000 chapters, and it seems like it's nowhere close to finishing. Now, I can admit, the anime is only over 1,000 episodes long because of some really bad pacing. In fact, it's some of the worst pacing I have ever seen in any series. However, the One Piece manga is still well over 1,100 chapters long.
Why would I
with
expect that?
perfect pacing. So the One Piece manga has been released.
Pacing? This was a mistake.
What are y'all doing, bro?
I can't bring you something. Both of you got something, actually. That one's 0 sugar.
It's worthless.
Nah, you drink it.
Oh, you don't want it?
Nah.
Yeah, it's kind of worthless.
This just tastes like a Coke.
You don't taste the Oreo?
Not at all.
This is a Coke.
Maybe it's the zero that's.
Yeah, that is a Coke. There's no KLX. Chris isn't even in the room. Let's stop all that bush.
What's up, chat?
There's no what's up, chat. Get out.
Nah, I taste the Oreo. Come on.
I don't taste the Oreo.
That's crazy. Leave that with them too.
Leave it.
Yeah, I can rock with this. It's just not really anything.
JJK because reasons coming soon.
We would
Actually, yes.
I would actually do that, Eric.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
I
here
know,
now.
I'm
Yeah.
ready.
I'm ready.
I forgot. Yeah, we can do that with Eric. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Also, Peanut Strain coming soon.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen because
Turn
reasons
off
with
the
Eric.
mic.
Blue Box.
I'm looking for her.
Blue Lock sucks.
You suck.
That has nothing to do with the quality of Blue Lock.
MF Curry says.
It wasn't
how
even
you
Corey, it
doing?
was Eric.
Can you be part of JJK because reasons?
But yes, Eric will be part of the because reasons.
He'll be the
because
main driving force.
Yeah, he has. He loved that manga, and now he hates that manga.
Neither of them were Corey.
Neither of them were Corey or Chris, the two people they named. Y'all had a 50-50 shot and missed. Thank you for re-upping Dutch to the bomb.
Perfect pacing. So the One Piece manga has
what
been
was that about
releasing
perfect pacing? That's the whole reason I went back.
manga is still well over 1,100 chapters long with perfect pacing.
It is not perfect pacing.
Yeah.
There was a stretch in Wano, and this is one of the few times I really felt like something was being stretched in One Piece when Luffy was about to do that big punch to Kaido after he got Gear 5 back right before the very end. And it felt like that punch was happening for 4 to 6 chapters. And I'm like, oh no, this can't be.
And pacing means different things to different people. I personally thought that it would be better to have a better stopping point going over to Garp and Shanks and all the stuff that was going on in the world. Because it was just like, I'm the trader. And then she gave her instructions to the Seraphim, and it was just like, cut.
Mm-hmm.
And like, could have been a better one there. And then it just went on for like 10 chapters or so. And if you remember back to the episode that we did there, I was just like, I'm liking the stuff, but I'd rather just go on back to over there.
To Egghead, yeah.
So, just saying it has perfect pacing means nothing. Just saying that the anime has bad pacing means nothing. You would think that this person would know how to do this, having done so many different videos, and it's one of their favorite properties. They talk about it being perfect. You think they'd be able to explain why it's perfect? What's it doing? There's enough chapters being spent over here. It never feels like it's dragging. Something to showcase something, but they just go perfect pacing, and it just means nothing. I'm just sick of things like that.
Jay is gay. What is perfect pacing? Couldn't even begin to
I could not tell you.
Why Astro Royale is peak fishing? Jay, if there was a video like that, I would be reading Astro Royale. Adolf Hitler.
I'm always surprised that nobody has made a fake video and then submitted it to us. Something like that.
Yeah, that would be interesting, actually.
I'm surprised no one has done that.
I mean, technically, we did it with our April Fool's Day video.
But that's
Yeah.
them bastards.
So the One Piece manga has been releasing for almost 30 years now, with its first volume coming out in 1997, and that is a long time for any series. But Oda has announced that One Piece has entered its final saga after Wano.
He said,
So,
it doesn't
it's-
look like it's ending anytime soon.
And then he goes, yeah, Oda did say we're in the final saga,
All
though.
it is saying, didn't they? Why do we need all of this? For what purpose?
Yeah, we're almost 2 minutes into this 9-minute video, and we haven't even started talking about why it's doomed.
If you're a fan of One Piece, you already know all of this stuff. If you're not a fan of One Piece, you already said the most iconic and notable thing about it is its length. So why do you need to talk about that? What are we doing here?
Safe to say that sometime soon, in these next couple of years, we should be expecting for One Piece to end. And as
No time soon, though. Like, dude, this was your sentence like 5 sentences ago.
Third Hokage did nothing wrong. There's like 2 Third Hokage videos that we have.
hard of a truth as this might be, the One Piece ending is sort of doomed to fail no matter what. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the
Completely
ending is going.
and totally disagree.
Yep.
Could not disagree harder. No matter what the concept is, no matter what he's thinking, no matter what the arguments are, we've got a snippet of it, but it just makes no sense to be like it's going to be a fail. No, it can't. We already see that Oda is capable of doing high quality for such a long time. There are dips. Wano has a lot of problems. You got stuff like Punk Hazard, but this is the stuff
I like
that
Punk Hazard.
it's fine. That's about as much as I can say
Yeah,
about
Punk
it.
Hazard's fine.
But I have no doubt in my mind that the ending will be at least a 7. The only thing that I worry about is the thing that I worried about in My Hero, just like there's so many characters, there's no way we can close it out with everybody.
Going to fail because Oda is a terrible writer and he doesn't know how to write endings. I personally think that whatever Oda writes, it's going to be perfect for One Piece because the story has been amazing so far. However, you also have to take into account that One Piece has been building up this ending for nearly 30 years. 30 years is a very, very long time. People's expectations are not only through the roof, they're through the entire atmosphere. People are expecting the craziest
Nami the
ending.
Goat says, aren't y'all excited to see Jinbei achieve his dream in the end?
No.
You know it.
His dream of death.
Objectively good.
People's expectations can be sky high and through the roof with a series that has lasted 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter the length or anything. You're just saying that this hype has been extrapolated over a large period of time. But that just means the hype for the ending was low in the beginning because we already know we're so far from achieving that ending. So why would I be hyped about or have expectations for the ending now? And then now that he's like, oh, it's the final saga, we're getting towards the end. Now the expectation is building, but that has nothing to do with anything. That's like, people would have expectations for the ending of My Hero Academia where they assume Deku and Shigaraki are gonna fight and have their resolution and stuff. Ever since basically the mall talk. What's the difference? Except long time. Cause Jinbei's a nothing!
He stinks. Never forget.
Every time I see him in a cover, I'm looking for him. I'm like, you do not belong here.
Ever seen in all of fiction. I mean, just think of
What?
All of fiction.
our atmosphere. People are expecting the craziest ending ever seen in all of fiction.
Okay, but you
No,
can't
no,
who
come
cares
on.
about what people think.
Gino Taku 91 says, One Piece epilogue. Nami achieve her dream of drawing the world map, and it's unsatisfying because we don't see her drawing her map.
And Dritz tweets. Yeah, people's expectations are going to be what their expectations are. People thought that Endgame would be the best movie of all time because it had all the hype around it.
But-
there's nothing you can do to control people's hype and expectations about things.
You're talking about people are expecting the craziest ending of all fiction, but there are people that are reading like Game of Thrones that has been telling a story for like 40 years that is not done. They're waiting too. I have a friend that's just like, can you recommend me some books? Cause I need to fill time until the next Game of Thrones book. Cause that mother got his hooks in me. What do you want?
And what about the people that aren't expecting it to be the most groundbreaking thing? What about
Right
people
here?
Like, yeah, it's gonna end. I'm gonna be sad, and we're gonna keep it rocking. You've got those people, absolutely. But what are the number of people that are just like, this is gonna be groundbreaking to the compared to the people that are just gonna be like, this is gonna be Oda's writing. Oda's writing is generally good.
Can't spell hope without
I'm
hope
hoping that
says,
it's gonna be good.
You talking about people that went of Wano is gonna be Zoro's whole cake. They
Yeah.
deserve to be upset.
Yeah, Zoro kills Kaido. Fishman lives matter? Hey, all species lives matter.
Okay, yes.
I mean, just think about the thousands of theories we've had on singular One Piece plot points alone.
That's because these pieces are milking it for views. If these theories were getting 3 views, these moms would not be doing it. That says
Awesome.
4.8 million views. Like, what?
there's also a lot to talk about in the series. And
Yes, it is a very dense and convoluted series. So there's going to be a lot of things. Like there's not a lot of theories to extrapolate from like a Dragon Ball or even something like a Naruto. Or even something like a My Hero Academia. Like there's so few theories. Even something like Jujutsu Kaisen, there's not a lot of theories to draw from.
And then, because mostly like Dragon Ball, the loop is closed. There's not too much out there other than, hey, what's the demon world? It's like, well, there's the world of demons. And then Shinron just rocks up just like, well, actually, everybody gets one wish unless I like you. And then you get 3 wishes. What?
That really pissed you
Get
off.
out of here. That's so stupid. So yeah, everything are gonna have those types of theories. It just doesn't matter. People are gonna be disappointed. People are gonna be like, "Dang, this is better than what my theory was gonna be." People are gonna be like, "No, this is exactly what I thought it was gonna be." That 4.4 million view video could have put all the pieces together in exactly the way that it was, or like 5% off, and then you just go, "Okay, we got what this dude said. We were expecting it. We were ready for it. They laid out all the clues that Oda laid out, and here we are." There's a lot of things that can happen. The theories, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to be wrong. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to be right. It just doesn't matter what people are going to think about it. It doesn't mean that One Piece is going to be doomed. My Hero was a bad ending because it just sort of farted over everything. The third to last panel is Deku looking at Shigaraki's ghost or
Can't
something.
spell hope without ho says. Demon King Piccolo, know you an alien. Nah, the alien you is was demons. Fucking learn to write.
But they did
Jirabote
that.
says. Zoro kissing Kaido is better than Zoro killing Kaido.
I'm sure it would have been for some real people.
But
we're getting Hitler out of here.
But they did that.
Nami the Goat says.
Oh, I never
OBGDA
updated
Twitter is pushing Zoro kills the new character introduced this chapter #ZKL.
They want
Configuration
Zoro
updated
to do a
successfully.
big thing. You didn't hit save?
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. Yeah, people always want Zoro to do some huge thing in an arc for some reason. Even though he gets so much.
It's to justify the eventual defeat of Mihawk. You have to showcase that you're the greatest swordsman.
Loki was fine.
I like Loki. I like his design quite a lot. And his eyes being covered, and they were just like, spoilers. And they were just like, he looked into darkness or something like that. It was something about he followed darkness and his eyes being covered. I'm like, is there a correlation? But yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what we got going on with him.
We've had thousands of theories talking about what the All Blue is and how it's going to come to be. We've had thousands of theories talking about the world of One Piece and how it...
Yeah, okay. If you're talking about people that are just crafting the story in their own head, of course it's not going to match that because they crafted the best story they could think about in their own head.
Which includes Zoro killing Kaido for some reason. When you don't get that, it's just like, oh dang, now what?
My theory is Thor the Last Weapon. Why Jinbei is secretly the All Blue. Get hype and get disappointed at the end. Get hype off of something you invented in your mind and then get disappointed when your mind canon did not come to fruition.
differs from every other world. We've had thousands of...
God, yeah, okay, theories, I get it, move!
Theories talking about Imu's identity. We've had countless amounts of theories talking about what the One
Can't
Piece
spell hope
is.
without ho says.
And
Which includes fucking chapter numbers meaning time travel.
They deserve to be disappointed. All those, oh, in Japanese, he means this, and to means this, and this is chapter, shut. Oh my, I can't let Corey hear that.
honestly, whatever Oda reveals these things to be, it is not going to satisfy everyone.
Nothing can satisfy everyone. Yes. Nothing in the entire world. There are people that simply don't like the taste of chocolate. So if you create a dessert, a chocolate dessert, you automatically cannot satisfy everyone, even though most people think chocolate's delicious. It means nothing that literally everyone can't be satisfied.
One Piece is doomed because every person that likes the series or has read the series will not be 100% satisfied. It's doomed. Okay, if you, I don't know how we've come to this conclusion. Hey, dark chocolate that's the best chocolate.
It's a little too rich for me. Or bitter. One of those.
You can't handle it.
Especially with how dangerously high everyone's expectations are already, it's impossible to satisfy everyone. I guarantee you, whatever Oda makes of the ending, half the people who read One Piece will absolutely hate it.
I highly doubt that
is crazy.
half the people will absolutely hate it. It's been like, dang, I wish this would have happened.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Brook fighting Scratch Man. It's like they could have had a music battle and that would have been so good, but they didn't.
Yeah, okay, there's gonna be, you say half the people are gonna hate it. That means they think of it like a 2 or 3. But there's gonna be people that are just like, yeah, it's fine, 6, 7.
Half the people is bonkers.
Half the people 3 or below? Come on.
They wish Luffy and his friends were killed off to make it darker. Oh, that's the next video.
The other half will love it no matter what. And it doesn't really help with how...
Okay, why is it only those 2 options for a thing? I don't love Wano. I don't hate Wano. Maybe the ending is my Wano again.
Maybe it can just be pretty good.
Hey, that was a pretty good ending. End series.
Scat Dance is one of my favorite series of all time. You guys may not know that, but I don't think the ending is perfect. It didn't
Have
give
you
me
even read it? Don't you
everything
got
I
like
want.
5 chapters?
No, it's like 5 random chapters
okay.
in between there. No, I've read that. It's just like, hey, this is a 1 chapter thing with this character. I'm just like, all right, we can just take that over here, and that's that right there. I've got 5 chapters.
You're gonna die without having read those chapters.
Potentially, but then Scat Dance will always be alive to me. But there are things.
It's always alive no matter
Can't
what,
spell
because it's
rope
in your
without
heart
says.
and memories.
Wano a nice 8, and without Odin it'd be a 6, and that's completely okay with me.
A generous 7 for me.
Yeah, about a 7. There's a lot of good things in there, but then there's also a lot of But yeah, that's my favorite manga other than One Piece, and I'm just like, there are things that could have been done better there, but that doesn't mean I absolutely hate it. This is just such a bonkers.
toxic the anime and manga community is right now. I mean, a series can have the most perfect and sound ending possible with the best explanations and everything making complete sense.
Do you have
And
any examples of that happening?
And then people turning against it regardless.
Do you have a single example of that happening? I would love to hear it. Flame of Recca was good, but didn't give me everything that I wanted. Scat Dance, Aharan-san, good, didn't give me everything that I needed. I don't need the perfect ending to close off everything. It'd be great, but I'm not like, oh, this month is a hack because I didn't get bam, 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 bam. It's just like, I wish I would have had that. We move on.
people will still find a way to hate the ending and call the anime or manga absolute garbage because of it. I mean, it's been happening for the last few months already. My Hero Academia...
Do you think there might be a reason why people are talking about My Hero? Do you think that was the perfect ending? Because that was your example. It could have the most perfect ending that closes off everything, but people would turn
Explains
on it.
everything, yeah.
And then you go, look at My Hero. Are you saying that that's perfect? Or are you saying that there were problems within it and people are going, ayo, there were problems within it, and they didn't close off of everything or really anything, and therefore it stinks?
Nah, this is crazy.
NF Curry says, AOT is an anime and manga I really like, but the ending makes it a lot worse for everything that happened.
And there you go.
Full Metal Alchemist ending was good. I'm gonna take your
My
word
Hero
on that.
Academia ending suck. Hell no, no way. My Hero Academia ending stinks. Fell off after season 3. There's no way he thinks this is a perfect ending.
But even if he doesn't, he's just gonna be like, people turned on it. And you have to be like, these are not justifiable reasons for people to turn on. Let's hear what he says.
ended, and I'll admit, it wasn't the best or...
Then what is your argument here?
That's crazy. It can have the perfect, most best ending. And it's been happening for months where people will still turn on it. Let's look at My Hero Academia, which didn't have the most perfect or best ending, admittedly. But people on it. I get. What are we doing here? What are we supposed to do?
The most perfect ending ever, but it was a pretty good ending for the series. In fact, I've already made a video talking about why I think the My Hero Academia ending is pretty good.
We did that.
However, people overreacted so much on it, saying that it is the worst ending ever, saying that the entire...
And you take that as overreacting.
Mm-hmm.
That's your perception of what people are going. So long as they explain what... Now, of course, there will be those young defiants of people just going, oh, it's trash, and then they move on.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
everything
there will
trash,
be.
always trash.
Even people in the comments that are just going, no, you're wrong, My Hero sucks, and they bounce. There will be those people, but there will also be those people that are just like, no, this was not resolved. This was not resolved. I'd like to see...
Can't spell hope without ho says. Pretty good is not perfect. Imperfect is what you set the bar at.
Yep, that's where he started. Are you trying to see the comments?
Yeah. Imagine Luffy doesn't become King of the Pirates, or Naruto doesn't become Hokage, or Asta doesn't become the Wizard King. That's it was set up to be this month becomes the greatest hero, and he
essentially does.
In a way he does, but not in a way that was set up. So you have the thematic people that are just like, thematically, yes, he did become the greatest hero. But then there's other people who are like, yeah, but I wanted him to do a punch and a hurricane comes out.
I was somewhat upset. People overreacted. I was
Look at this insane person.
I was somewhat upset that we didn't get to see Izuku's dad as Horikoshi said we will.
You promised something and didn't deliver? Well, that's your fault for expecting it.
My rushed Hero Academia.
Yes, there are people like that. My Hero Academia.
But it was rushed, one.
Yeah.
And two, how's that an overreaction? He's showing this to be like these people overreacted. And this mom's like, I'm somewhat upset we didn't see the father and it was rushed. What?
There's so much on it.
Yes, it was bad, really bad. It's the most unfulfilling ending of anything I've seen in years. How's that an overreaction? I am not fulfilled. It is the #1 most unfulfilling thing I've seen, not even of all time, just in years.
Saying that it is the worst ending ever, saying that the entire series is ruined.
I'm upset that we spent the whole series watching Deku learn and train his body to become a hero with his quirks, and he gets one fight with all of his quirks active. It's disheartening to me.
Yeah, he got 45%.
Bro really said the translation of him being alone and retroactively saying literally the same thing. Dude, the two aren't different. Same outcome, buddy.
Academia is trash. It was all for nothing. And that's...
None of those comments said what you said they said. This is what you said they said.
My Hero Academia ending is pretty good. However, people overreacted so much on it, saying that it is the worst ending ever, saying that the entire series is ruined. My Hero Academia is trash. It was all for nothing. And
the comments we saw did not say anything of the sort of that. You should have picked better comments.
Just making things up.
This was for you, more. My firstborn for
Nani the
Pirate
Goat
King
says,
Buggy.
His comments are nicer than the ones y'all go let XD.
Thank you for this super chat, Hope. Yeah, we get some crazy ones. Even on other people's videos, we get some crazy ones.
that's what I mean. People can't comprehend basic writing anymore. Even when
you guys are the problem.
You didn't enjoy this, and as such, it's clear you can't comprehend basic writing.
It's objectively pretty good. And if you don't understand that by saying that you were disappointed by it, you don't understand writing.
Basic writing. Sorry, you're an idiot.
Objectively, it's pretty good.
Sorry, you're a dummy dumb pants.
It's your fault that you think that it's bad when it's not. I've laid out my arguments in a succinct 10-minute video that covers 300 plus chapters of a manga. And if you don't understand that, well, you're the
Sleepy Dawn
problem because
says,
this is basic.
Corey, please notice me.
Who's they? You know, they.
People are different,
Mark the
period.
Elf says, media literacy moment.
Crazy.
Bad writing and don't know basic writing. It's this dude is
Writing
very
make-
condescending. Is a very good.
Makes sense.
Thousand
People will
Master
still-
Swan Slayer says,
What the
oh boy, reading comprehension.
Why didn't? Oh, user cooldown, not global cooldown.
State of you.
That's my fault.
Configuration updated successfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think he made this video because of the comments he got on My Hero video? More than likely.
Very, very potentially.
complain, with Attack on Titan being another big example. Attack on Titan had one of the best endings I have ever seen.
Hey, I don't want to see a single chat. He's right. If you don't understand that it had one of the best endings, you got basic reading and writing comprehension problems. You're the problem if you don't think it is one of the best. He said that it's one of the best, and if you don't think so, you're the problem. All right? We're timing anybody that says the Attack on Titan ending was bad. All right? This man said that it was good, and you're the problem if you don't think it is. Holy crap! People don't like Attack on Titan's ending. They said that it ruins the theories, and they're wrong. And this is what's gonna happen with One Piece. That's my video. Thank you and good night. I'm about to throw hands.
He Hungers for Host says, I was about to say he might have a fair point, but as soon as he said that, he lost all my respect.
So this seems very much like one of those arguments that the only reason people don't enjoy this is because they don't comprehend it. Can't you understand what the page is saying, what the author's trying to say with the work they put out, and still dislike it? Because those are two totally different things.
To a manga, but people
Can we pull it back so we can get all that clean?
will still complain, with Attack on Titan being another big example. Attack on Titan had one of the best endings I have ever seen to a manga, but people absolutely loathe the ending and say that it ruined the entire series, despite it making complete sense with the rest of the story. And keep in mind,
Do you want to give any examples about why they think that and why it doesn't? You want to talk about that? Or are you talking about this one of the best endings of all time in any manga when a Finn bird is putting on a scarf of Mikasa? Symbolic of Eren being free because he's a bird. It stinks! It's so lame! You don't need to just go, this is the thing. We're just doing it. Oh, Eren will always be here to put the scarf on me. Birds are the symbol of freedom. Bird puts scarf on Mikasa. Eren flies away. Thank you. So shut up.
with how
Gino
short
Taku
these
91
bombs.
says, Acolyte isn't the best Star Wars series and you don't have to like. But they claim it ruined Star Wars as a whole.
It's got a lot of problems.
Okay.
But everybody, people,
But then a new Star Wars thing is gonna come out and they're gonna go, this was great, or it saved Star Wars. Like everything ruins or saves a series. It's so goofy.
that was the Last Jedi stuff of people going, nah, themes, and people just going, no, everything else. That was big divisive.
Series are in compared to One Piece. My Hero Academia was going on for a little less than 10 years. Attack on Titan was going on for a little bit more than 10 years. One Piece is reaching the 30-year mark. It has been going on for 3 times the amount of Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia. Can you imagine the backlash One Piece is going to get no matter what its ending is?
No, see, that's your problem. You're saying that the endings make sense and people hated it, so it's a problem because they anticipated something greater. When really they just go, I think this is a bad ending and I don't like it. Or even if I understand it, it's still bad and I don't like it. How? It's not a hard concept to grasp. There are absolutely going to be people that are going to
Yes.
be disappointed. There are absolutely the people that are going to go, this is a terrible ending.
But if you want a hard 100% for everybody, it's just simply not gonna happen.
And it's not really helped by the fact that One Piece already is a pretty goofy story,
Gaming
I guess
Beerage
you can
says,
say.
You are assuming the future event which didn't even occur. If it's bad, then it's bad. Let the people complain, man.
Yeah, if it's bad, let them say it's bad.
And then explain why it's bad and why it ruins the series. They look back and just go, in this chapter, they set up this and it wasn't resolved. Based upon what the actual laugh tale is, it's a giant fist weapon. Why was Roger laughing? And if you just go, okay, if it's not something that Roger would find funny based upon what Roger and his crew, based upon everything that we know about him, why was he laughing? And in that moment, it's ruined, isn't it? And then you can just pull it back of things like that. It's like, okay, this is ruined. And it makes the series worse based upon that.
I mean, take a look at some of the most powerful characters in the series. They have pretty wonky designs, but it's one of the things that makes One Piece so great. It tackles so many dark themes and storylines. However, it does it in a very lighthearted sense a lot of the time, with a lot of the character designs being really goofy. And the character designs are a very small
thanks
part of
for where is he going with this?
I have no idea.
What the
That's
fuck
why
is
it's
he
just
talking
going.
about?
That's why he's just cooking.
It's the art style, and it's also the way the characters act, especially Luffy. I mean, Luffy revealed his dream to the Straw Hat Pirates and not to the audience, and people have been theorizing
You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say!
so much about what Luffy's true dream is after he becomes Pirate King, and I guarantee you, it's going to be something goofy, it's going to be something fun, something lighthearted, something that fits Luffy's character very
Chris
well.
the Chilled says, Garp beat the fear out of that boy.
But that's not going to sit well with a lot of people.
Yeah, and if it's super serious, that's not gonna sit well with a lot of people.
These niggas is cooking.
So what exactly do you want?
This is cooking. He better get out of that kitchen then.
What is the ending that you would be like, this would satisfy everybody? Or do you think that it's not possible and therefore what? Do we just not write at all?
Do we not end things ever?
Like you said, a series a quarter of the length that's been going on of One Piece, like Attack on Titan and My Hero, had divisive endings. So what's it gonna take? It's not gonna take anything. So let whatever happen, and then you just deal with it after that. I prefer when people say I don't like the thing because it gives them time to explain why they don't like it. Yeah, this dude is just going.
It's doomed because it's super.
People won't like it.
They want it to be something serious, something with
No, yeah, there are going to be people that want
Yes.
it to be serious, and there's going to be people that understand. And you can't satisfy both because they're two totally different people.
a lot of meaning, not something that is lighthearted and fun.
No,
And seeing as
something
how-
lighthearted and fun could also have a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
Because he goes, I want to live in a world where all my friends can eat all that they want. And that is lighthearted, but it does have a lot of meaning. Notice how he didn't say everybody in the world eats everything, because he don't care about everybody in the world. He goes, my friends, my people, I want them to eat everything that they want.
He's a selfish piece of shit.
And where does that come from? It stems from his backstory, so it gives it meaning to what he says. But that's not necessarily his dream, but that's what he said to Kaido. So that is a lighthearted thing that has a lot of meaning to it.
Oh, One Piece is fun and lighthearted and has a lot of goofy elements that other shonen series don't usually have. I guarantee you.
What other shonen series don't have lighthearted, goofy moments?
Even-
Ippo has a big penis.
That is literally a running gag of the series.
Gaming
It's his
Beerage
tremendous
says,
dong.
Child labor drugging kids. Grape Kuma getting guts treatment.
Maybe no, because even something like Jujutsu Kaisen has lighthearted and goofy moments.
Yeah.
And that's a super serious series. Even something like in Death Note does.
Oda already said that he knows what the One Piece is. And if you believe him, you believe him. If you don't, you don't. I think that setting up all this time and setting up just little things, people in cover stories coming back in the actual story, I think that he would know what One Piece was.
Mm-hmm. Like he brought Wapple back from a cover story into being a king.
The big giant lady that came in this chapter, she was revealed in a cover story.
I think I feel like Pudding was too at one point. Because I know she was in the chapter
her being
proper.
captured was in a cover story.
Okay.
No.
It doesn't matter.
When the One Piece gets revealed, people are gonna hate it because there's
There are going to be people that
Yes.
hate it. There are going to be people that love it. And there are going to be people that think it's okay. And there's going to be people that think it's pretty good. And
But that doesn't mean that One Piece is doomed. Is My Hero doomed because people didn't like the ending? Did all the ratings drop off? What happened to My Hero because people didn't like the ending?
Demon Slayer ending.
Jujutsu Kaisen ending.
Real bad. Yeah, and Jujutsu Kaisen is gonna get their new season,
It's
and people are gonna be like,
objectively
"My God!"
Playdo and Sora was introduced in a cover story. Yeah.
expecting some massive grand treasure. Meanwhile, it's probably going to be something absolutely ridiculous that no one expected whatsoever. And
It could be something that a lot of people expected. Or it could be something that some people think along the lines of this
Meme
thing.
Spice says, "Can we talk about Frankie's fit and how good it is and how Jinbei is trash?"
He looks very good.
Jinbei always trash.
Yes. But there are a lot of different things that it could be. And you just going, it's gonna be this thing that nobody expects. You don't know that. I don't know how you can just confidently say that when there are pieces out there that you can put together and come to a conclusion. Whether it be 100% right or not, you just be like, okay, it wasn't a weapon. It was the blueprints for a weapon. It's like, okay, that's not the thing that I thought, but it is along the lines of the thing that I thought.
The rocking of the camera and the zooming in and out is absolutely irritating.
It is pure TikTok.
It feels like he got the new blue plug-in and the earthquake and just plopped it down on it.
people will hate that. And if you think I'm exaggerating over how people will react over the ending, just take a look at some of the reactions for the latest One Piece episode. I kid you not. I have seen multiple people come out and say that they do not want Imu to be the final villain of One Piece because Imu's character design in the latest episode looked goofy. Newsflash, One Piece is meant to be goofy.
Okay, so let's tackle a couple of things here. People saying, you said multiple people. How many people were they? What did they say? Number two, who says that Imu is the final villain? It could be Blackbeard, who steals Imu's power. It could be Akainu. It could be somebody guarding Laugh Tale. It could be the reincarnated corpse of Gold Roger. We don't know who the final villain is.
Could be Aokiji, honestly.
Could be anybody. So we don't know that anyway. One Piece is meant to be goofy. It's meant to have goofy aspects in it, absolutely. But is it meant to be goofy as a whole? I don't think so. I would prefer Imu, once being fully revealed, to be a more serious looking character as opposed to just some uggo.
The character designs are not meant to be like Bleach's character designs or Naruto's character designs.
But Loki looks fantastic. Robin, she's not a goofy looking character in any stretch of the imagination. Even if you want to go, oh, women, va va voom, Sanji's not a goofy looking character. Zoro's not a goofy looking character. You could say that Luffy, big round eyes, sort of.
Hi Zaldonix says, "Lots of people usually meant 5 Twitter babies."
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
They are.
Yeah, this whole design thing, like, are they just talking about Doflamingo and this big pink feather boa thing?
Are meant to be fun and lighthearted because that's the type of series One Piece is. It tackles
This muff
dark-
is not reading One Piece.
He is not cooking.
This lady that this dude is serenading was just like, I was ready to die until you saved me. Now you are responsible for me. That is why she's on the ship right now.
after they stopped a subjugation plot that led to the supposed murder of like 3 people.
And people on the ship right here and now are just like, I don't trust her. She tried to kill us and she might try to kill us now.
And in the future, when she leaves the crew, they have to go, we need to figure out if Robin is with us or against us right now.
Robin's whole home got destroyed. Yes, he did. This dude that's he was taught by a dude that was on in the middle of starving for 40 days and had to eat his leg. After being tortured by his family. Lighthearted. In this frame that we're analyzing right here and there. They cried over this ship. This
Nami the
ship
Goat
felt
says,
loved enough to
Why
come
do Bleach fans talk
alive.
about Naruto or One Piece? We know y'all want to talk about Bleach.
Shut the up.
Hey guys, what do you think of Wit's remake, and what do you hope it could do for the source material? What would you like to fix? Some inconsistencies and maybe cut out certain things, i.e. Sanji's nosebleed plotline. I only hope for a more brisk pace, even though it's fine roughly in the beginning. I just hope it reaches the audience that Oda wants, which is namely people that are not into One Piece strictly because they see a large amount of episodes, so they get the chance to start over from the beginning.
With a better animation.
There are things that I really hope they stick closer to the manga for. Things like Zeph's legs, things like Luffy's scar.
We can get darker now.
Yeah, let's do the things.
I don't want them to just start adding things that are just like, ooh, this is coming in the future. Like,
the One Piece live action can get away with that because they're probably never gonna hit that anyway.
Mm-hmm. Like, introducing Arlong super early and he's interacting with Buggy. That's like, we don't really need that. He's just over there. I don't need that level of foreshadowing. Let the story be the story. And because if people are expecting that level of things and they go over to the manga or go over to, let's say that it ends at the Grand Line, you just go, okay, I want more, so I'm going to go over to the normal anime, or I'm going to go to the episode of the East Blue or whatever. And they don't get that, they're going to be disappointed. So stick to the source material, do what you need to do, clean up some stuff.
Do some of the things that Oda wanted to do, like Daddy giving Usopp his goggles and that stuff that he couldn't put in the manga.
Cook it up.
Yeah, cook it up.
This joke says, Bonnie's mother being a wife to a celestial dragon was not goofy.
And these cowards are making me wait for 6 months.
Oh my god. Not even here to watch.
Die for One Piece. Oda said this. He's ready. Anybody who steps foot in that office should be ready to drop dead at the drop of a hat.
Not even here to watch. Haven't clicked play, so he would get a view.
Satire.
Just here to say you are wrong, and Jujutsu Kaisen fans are the worst. Jujutsu Kaisen, fine. It's the fans that ruin it. Fans ruin everything. And it's the worst thing in the world. Like, there are so many things that I would love to, like, I love the series From, but I have no interest in engaging with the community of From because I'm afraid that it's just going to be a bunch of bullshit that I don't have no interest in. So I am fine just enjoying the series, talking with it to the 2 or 3 people that I can, and that'll be the end of my interaction with any type of fandom. Because Star Wars, if I ever wanted to get into Star Wars, that is cooked. They're ruining video games. And I don't mean the DI, I mean the people screaming that is ruining video games.
And also, our thoughts were always Jujutsu Kaisen is fine.
It's fine. It's a fine series.
There's nothing that I hate about Jujutsu Kaisen, really.
And there's nothing I love about it. It doesn't grasp me enough to continue reading it in my own free time. Like, there are things that I think are bad that I will read in my own free time because I want that story just to see how bad it gets. There are things I love in the opposite direction. Jujutsu Kaisen is just like, cool, and it's just like, that's not really doing anything for me. No thanks.
themes and issues with a light-hearted tone. But either way, people will hate the ending.
Can we pull it back? Did you say that the themes and issues are handled with a lighthearted tone?
Meant to be fun and lighthearted, because that's the type of series One Piece is. It tackles dark themes and issues with a lighthearted tone.
What are you talking about? If you're talking about something like Odin being boiled, which is darkish, but then people are just like, we believe you, Odin. And the scammers is like, it's too late, you traitors. And Odin's like, thank you for believing. I'll do my best. I'm like, people love Odin.
But this isn't like a children's movie, like a Pixar movie, where it's tackling quote unquote darker things like classism and racism with a lighthearted tone where a child can understand it. This has the veneer of goofiness, but they go down in the trenches and they show those trenches. Like, Bonnie's mom was the R-worded. Like, it is what it is.
And then just baby experimenting on, like, yeah, I just threw a fruit to you just because for the goof.
We had a whole island of children being experimented on. And Mocha is eating all that candy, and Chopper's crying because he knows she's gonna die.
And do you hear no examples given?
Couldn't be bothered.
But either way, people will hate the ending for no reason at all, even if it's an ending.
Oh yeah, people just hate things for no reason.
Nobody has a reason to hate the ending of My Hero. Nobody has a reason to hate the ending of Attack on Titan. None reasons for these things. Not a large contingent of people think it's bad for the hour-long video they made.
Gaming
Couldn't be a
Viewers
reason.
says, I believe that Zootopia gets unnecessary as some videos claim is it racist movement. Now that's an overreaction.
Yeah, that's goofy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ending that makes perfect sense, which I'm sure it will, even if it's an ending that fills up every single.
Hey, My Hero Academia's ending makes sense, but it's not good. Deku didn't get a secret new power in the times we were waiting. Just like, well, that makes no sense. No, it made sense. It sucked. That can happen. This isn't some logic argument of, oh, it all made logical sense. So, or it all, it didn't fail as logic. So it's a good ending.
Big Mom ate her mother figure in France. She still doesn't know what happened to this day. The picture gets broken and she starts crying like, where did you go? I love Big Mom.
Plot point in the story and ties up everything so nicely, people will still absolutely hate it because nowadays it is impossible to satisfy the anime community. People
are you saying that it was possible before to satisfy the anime community? There was what about back in Dragon Ball days where it's just like, okay, Vegeta and Goku did not get their drag down fight.
What about the Yu Yu Hakusho, which people noted the final arc is trash and were not satisfied with the ending?
What about part 1 of JoJo's, where people were just like, and he died? That's not really typical for a shonen. What are you saying about nowadays versus back then where everybody was satisfied with endings? What time period are you talking about? The Bleach era where people were not satisfied with the ending?
Naruto, people were not satisfied with the ending.
What exactly are we talking about here?
just want to hate on something for no reason at all. They just want to have something to hate on.
You do not engage with people in good faith. You see that people are hating, people do not like things. You go, okay,
Leah
this is
Luster
just
says,
irrational hatred.
This guy speaks like this is the first argument he ever had.
Legitimately! They're just like, these people hate it for no reason. They're typing out all these things. There will be the people that meme and just go, oh, he's crying in the water talking about, I don't want to be cucked by her or whatever. But there will be people that are just going, Aaron said this in this chapter. It goes against this thing, and they will lay out their points. Are they just hating to hate? Come on now with this baby mode mentality of people don't like the thing that I like, so they must just be hating it for no reason, even though I'm seeing their arguments.
with Attack on Titan, as shown with My Hero Academia, and as shown with Jujutsu Kaisen right now, people just like to hate.
People can't be disappointed at something.
People can't find a thing bad. Absent of the rest of the world, they can't just look at a thing and go, oh no, this is bad.
I love the ending of Monster Lost in Space.
And especially with One Piece nearing the 3-decade point, it is going to be impossible to satisfy everyone.
It's like the fifth
always
time that he
is.
said this. Somehow we got a minute left. What's going on here?
Large chunk of the fan base is going to absolutely loathe this ending no matter what. And I guarantee you that a lot of the people that are going to hate on the One Piece ending are going to be the people who have never even watched it. And the sad
Okay,
truth
so
is,
now
even
the
if
people that hate My Hero and Attack on Titan hate it and they haven't even watched it. That's what he's implanting on that. That's the hate that they're getting. Thank you, Isaiah,
For
Can't
saying
spell
for saying
Word.
something.
Like you.
Why so many of the times when a super chat comes in, it is immediately followed by a TTS? I find that very odd.
Some bums. So is One Piece doomed now? Should I grab my torch pick? Yeah, it's done. Thanks for the super chat, Isaiah.
Because not everybody will like it.
Yeah, there's no way it can satisfy 100% of the people in the world. And with 99% satisfied, that 1% is not going to like it. So it cannot be satisfying. So it's doomed. It's cooked. Get out of here. Start hating now.
And
you might as
also-
well get the pitchfork now.
And also the people that don't like it just haven't even read it.
And half of that 1% ain't even watched this.
He's just saying this. I have not read Jujutsu Kaisen all the way through, and I can look at the ending going, wow, that sucks. Based upon what I know.
The little bit of information I know.
people don't watch a series, they will still find a way to hate on it simply because it's popular or because it's competing with
What
their
are you
own favorite
talking
series.
about? Oh my goodness. This dude is so bad faith.
Yeah.
It can't just be that people have problems. No, you didn't even watch it because it's competing with Sakamoto days.
But yeah, the One Piece ending, no matter what it will be,
And then he
people-
just drops that and moves on. You cucks ain't even reading One Piece and you gonna talk about it. Moving on.
people will not like it. People will label One Piece as trash because of it, even if it's the most perfect ending ever. But either way, I'm still always going to love One Piece, and I'm
You're
sure
boring!
Oda is going to do
You're
a
fucking
fantastic
dull!
job with
You
the
have
ending.
nothing to
Anyways,
say!
with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what other videos you guys want to see next. I hope you all have a great
Like I
rest of your
said,
day.
this dude is just quietly one of the worst people.
Yeah, like in the background, it's not.
He's just there. He's
Unknown
not a
XL
nuts in
says,
your face.
I did read the mangas of MHA, JJK, and AO. Their endings are trash. What now?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, no. And the reason you think they're trash is because you didn't understand it. You don't have basic reading comprehension.
You didn't either. The reason why you didn't like it is either because you didn't read it or you just didn't understand it. Those are the only two reasons why you dislike something.
I mean, the story isn't even done yet, and people are already saying it's trash. Why would you engage with people like that? Get out of here. Like, yeah, this is like that Simpsons episode where Homer's watching all those people fight. He's just like, but Marge, you know that guy's gonna do something.
He's just standing there. He hasn't done anything. He's gonna do something cool.
And that's what this guy is. You know he's gonna be trash, but right now he's just standing there in the periphery of trash.
Yeah, he sucks.
He sucks. That's a 9.
That's like an 8.5 for me.
All right. We are getting into what Jujutsu Kaisen does better than One Piece. Also in an hour, this is by Shonen Ouji. Also in about an hour, B-List is doing a video. So yeah, you can do that. You can get over on there.
Join in the Discord.
Yeah, or you can join them in the Discord.
Why people like fights in Jujutsu Kaisen better than in One Piece?
That's it.
That is it.
This is fuck.
We've done this dude before. Not great.
Yep.
It was another My Hero video. Yeah.
Oh, fight better. Like what the?
You know the video 2 videos after this was released.
What?
The character trope that's always iconic.
No way. What's the trope? But that sounds like a lie just to fight.
Can't
I
spell hope
guarantee
without ho says.
you it's
The fights are like 8th on my list of things I like in One Piece.
and that's the point. He cooked you. I don't know what this dude's points are, but he seemed like the type of guy who will want to Edgelord Luffy. Dude, Edgelord Gear 5 Luffy is one of my favorite things we've done.
It's so lame. So the character trope that's always iconic. There are 3 characters in the thumbnail, and I'm trying to find a correlation between them, and I'd like you to guess.
We will catch up to Akana Banashi, I promise you.
It is the main character from Kagurabashi.
Okay. What? Okay.
Yusuke. Urameshi,
What? Okay.
and Yuji.
Cooking opponents?
But Goku did that with the Ginyu Force.
Verbally cooking them? That's what I mean.
Protagonist. Everyone has their favorite, but nothing is more hype than a nice, chill character that has no problem absolutely ruining someone's day. And this goes beyond characters like, say, Luffy or Natsu, who are good guys but will fight for their friends. I'm talking about borderline villains. Characters who are good guys but deep down are brutal. I'm talking about characters like Yusuke, Yuji, and recently Chihiro from Kagurabachi.
What has Yuji done that's brutal?
I don't know.
What?
Against something that Luffy... Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe No, we won't.
Hey, I hope you like that voice, because it's coming up now.
If you're a fan of One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen, then you've probably noticed this difference. On paper, Jujutsu Kaisen looks like it has the better fights. A while ago, I put out a tweet asking what JJK does better than
How
One
do
Piece.
you not find your own tweet?
That's crazy. You can search your name, like the person that did the tweet with the information.
What? I can understand you taking a picture like, dang, I can't even find this. It was like 3 months ago. I've done that. I've taken screenshots and downloaded things. Like, I don't know where this is. I'll find it later. But a tweet is so findable.
I re-uploaded my Christian video to Blue Sky. And I was like, where did I even render it? And when did I render it? Understandable.
Don't get me started on renders and stuff. That is gone. I've got folders and folders and folders. I'm like, what the is this?
And while a lot of people pretended like One Piece is perfect, a lot of other people point out things like choreography and stakes.
Pause. Okay, so can you understand that people pretend like Jujutsu Kaisen is perfect?
And the choreography and stakes are better.
We come on now. Don't act like the One Piece fans are just frothing at the mouth and lunatics. There will be people like that in every single fan base. And
it sucks.
It's such the fringe that we don't even really talk about it. It's like there was an example that I heard a while ago. I forget where it is, but it's just like people generally have 5 fingers. There are people with 6 fingers. There are people with 4 fingers. But when we teach biology, it is people have 5 fingers. So when we're talking about One Piece fans, we don't talk about the month that are just like, it's perfect, it's flawless, blah, blah, blah. Because they're not the overall month. It's the overall month. It's just like, it is good, it is great, it's pretty good. And you're in that camp.
It's not
Nami
the
the Goat
standard
says,
for which we should
I
start
thought most
from.
One Piece fans don't read One Piece for the fights.
What are we doing with One Piece fans? Everybody says the One Piece fans are something different.
All really boiled down to were fights. In general, if you read the new chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece, you probably like the fights in Jujutsu Kaisen better. Now, obviously,
why are you just putting that on me?
You probably like them better. Why?
Yes. What if you don't understand it? What if you just go, hey, in Toji's Vibra slap thing, it's so stupid. It's facilitation of cool moments. But the fact that he has it is so stupid. Do you know about the Vibra slap?
Of course.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, for the people that don't know, Toji came back. He had Boogie Woogie clap, and he switches with people. Now he has this ball on a piece of iron, and he just slapped it. And he can do Boogie Woogie 60 times in a minute or some crazy bullshit like that. He's just like, yeah, it's here now. And I got it. And he does basically nothing to defeat Sukuna. It's just this big hype moment. It's one other chapter, and then there's almost nothing.
But that's how Toto.
What did I say? Toji.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's so crazy because so much of the last like 40 chapters could describe what you just said about Jujutsu Kaisen. They showed up and did the hype thing, and it basically did nothing to defeat Sukuna.
That's why I don't want to read that shit.
Because it happened for like 4 characters did exactly what you just said.
I was talking to Eric and I was just like, 3 or 4 months was hyped up as, oh, they're almost as good as potential of Sukuna. I mean, of Gojo. And Eric was just like 3 or 4. No. He was like, oh man.
Boy, that because reasons is gonna be a boy.
This is a matter of preference, so there's no objective right answer. But considering so many people feel this way, there's obviously a reason for it. As a matter of
Who
fact,
are these people? You can't even find the tweet. You had to tweet, you would at least have the evidence, but you got nothing. You just go,
and you started the conversation. You is him, and you can't find the evidence.
Why didn't you put out another tweet? A community tab, something that'd be like, I need something. I can't just come up here nuts bare and just go, this is the fact of the matter that the majority of
Yuji
people
get good hits on Sukuna, weakening his soul.
I have 5 ways Jujutsu Kaisen does fights better than One Piece. To start off the list, something I'm surprised more people didn't shout out right.
What are the 5 reasons?
Explain yourself, you baby! Can I just say, this was not advertised as the 5 things that Jujutsu Kaisen's fights do better than One Piece's fights.
Animation, okay, I got an animation. Paneling, okay.
Big ups.
Yep, animation, paneling.
We know stakes are coming.
Choreography. Stakes, yep. One more, we need one more, because I honestly believe women absolutely not. Hype. I see theme. I see character.
I can take away animation because the animation of One Piece is getting aura. Aura's there. Aura and hype are essentially the same thing.
Okay, aura / hype.
Narrative,
maybe.
Oh,
powers.
Gojo.
The powers?
Power system. That could also be it. Ideology clash. Yep. Mm-hmm. They did the big Korean dog.
Yeah, powers might be it. World building. I don't think world building. Okay, we're gonna move past animation because this is manga. But just know if they're talking about the anime, we're gonna talk animation. That's gonna efficiency. Gojo, just Gojo
theme
subversion of the shonen formula. Okay. We're definitely gonna get stakes.
Yes.
We're definitely gonna get paneling.
Pacing. Pacing I would put up there.
Pacing. So maybe narrative, maybe powers. I'm gonna go powers. I'm gonna go the power system is more interesting and dynamic or something like that.
Thematic power system Shibuya.
I'm you. Peak. It's more peak. And we're gonna go aura / hype.
Yeah, it's gonna be something cool factor.
The way actually is paneling. One.
All right.
1 for 1.
All right. We will see y'all next
1
week.
for 1.
We will see y'all next week.
101. Pre-con.
Jay says,
Yo.
go get 23 time.
Mark. Oh man, I can't.
Paneling. Just on this, can we go back to the frame of that?
People didn't shout out right away actually is paneling.
This is our nightmare.
Yeah, this is everything we really.
Oh man, this is. Oh boy.
Oh.
All right. paneling in bold letters.
I don't want to do the rest of this video.
Yeah, if this is out the gate, just going, we all know paneling.
No, because he said more people don't talk about it. Paneling.
Oh, man.
Paneling, stakes, hype, darkness.
Dark.
Tap. Just tap. Get out of here, tap.
We never laugh.
All right.
One Piece is known for many things. Great characters, great fights, and a great art style. And while part of that great art style are things like character designs, backgrounds, and coloring, paneling is not one of those things. To be fair, this was never really a problem for hundreds of chapters. But once you get to Alabasta, you see some small reminders that the whole One Piece paneling problem isn't new. This is an ongoing issue that's been present in the manga for almost 1,000
What's the
chapters.
problem?
I'm waiting on the problem.
Yeah,
He's just
what-
saying it's a problem. I'm
You
waiting on
showcase this and go, this is a problem? It shows the scale of the Sea Kings versus the ship.
I'm waiting on the. I don't even know
Zoomed
what
in panel with the other one as well.
I don't even know what that is. Like, what is the issue of what we just saw? Maybe that you don't understand quickly what the action is meant to convey. Like, did he throw a kick? Did he throw a punch?
Maybe it's the punch and
Cyberman
the way.
Wolf says, he misspelled paneling. There should be two LS.
No, we're
Move
not.
on.
We are moving under the assumption that he is trash,
objectively good.
and we will operate under those assumptions. And this is just another one of those things. But punching, let's say an uppercut with the left hand, and Crocodile is kind of, you would think that he would be more to the right instead of more to the left. But I don't know.
That's more like the framing of the action as opposed to the paneling itself.
But I don't know, because this is a zoomed in panel with nothing before, nothing after, and just going, it started in the Alabasta arc. Look at this. I'll go, okay.
Manga for almost 1,000 chapters. Now granted, you can see similarly messy styles of paneling in other older manga. For example, when I was rereading JoJo's, I noticed—
Bro,
Hey,
he
yo,
didn't
you're talking
even
about-
show. He didn't even show the paneling he was talking about.
No! And then he's talking about, well, it's because it's an older manga, and therefore they have more messy panels. Instead of just talking about this right here and now.
some goofy looking pages like this one. But at least in a series like JoJo's,
I don't like how he put it on screen for 0.5 of a second. It conveys what it conveys, but yes, I can see
why this would be construed as messy.
This one. But at least in a series
But
like
again, go back. This would be good because Mark did something like this where he goes, okay, take out this panel, move this over, enlarge this to showcase what it could be.
Yeah, you look at something like this panel right down here. This isn't really needed, the one at the bottom right. So let's take that out, that type of thing, blah, 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 go on and so forth.
this one. But at least in a series like JoJo's, the pros outweigh the cons. Like, pages like that are fairly infrequent. With One Piece, you can make a small fortune betting that whenever there's a big arc or like a sequence of big fights, the paneling will suddenly look like trash. So then imagine
you say that there are few-
Bro, where is the page?
You say you're few and far between, so you're saying that there's more bad
Can't spell
paneling
hope
versus
without host
good
says.
to adequate
I
paneling?
put the page in the Discord.
The sprite with the
What channel
arm-
did you put it in?
The sprite with the arm in his head looks like his arm makes his arm look huge. Yeah, we talked about that last time or the time before we did that. Gasp, no explanation, can't believe him. Just show it you, baby. Hopefully they tagged us. They didn't, but it is in ALX. Punch. Yeah, it's just a punch. I don't know. I don't see why this is bad paneling, quite frankly. And I think this is a horrible example. And they again, we talked about this, but I think Triggered, where they could just go bad panels, One Piece, and then pick something out of there. You're gonna get your Jinbei panel.
Yep.
With Big Mom.
That's always a prevalent one. Yeah, that's a lot of going on. A lot of tech.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of going on.
But you can't even do that. See you, Gene. Stop coming.
One Piece fan, and Jujutsu Kaisen comes around. And my god, is the paneling a breath of fresh air.
Why would you show such a good panel of just Luffy and Ace back to back, white background, full frame? They both got good proportions. Why would you show that instead of one of the bad panels that's going, now let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, which has great panels. Why would you transition from this over to Jujutsu Kaisen? Like, yeah, we all know that One Piece's paneling is bad, like this panel. Are you saying that you don't show a good example and then just go, okay,
breath of fresh air.
This thing is bad, not the thing that I'm showing.
Triggered One Piece shitty poo-ah.
I miss Triggs. Come back, Triggs. But you don't go all this time, and we all know that the paneling is bad. They're going to be so few and far between of the good stuff. But now let's move over to something that has frequently good stuff, and then you just show something good in the background. It's crazy. You can't even showcase what you're talking about. You go, once the big fights and stuff start, you could have easily just gone, okay, in Wano, here are some fight scenes, and then just go bam, 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 bam. Look at this. Where's this kick coming from? Where is it going? They're flying in the wrong direction. This sound effect is superfluous. Anything other than just you guys know that the paneling is bad, and we're operating as such.
And my god, is the paneling a breath of fresh air. The paneling in Jujutsu Kaisen only gets better for me the more I read other battle series, and realize just how many of them rely on boring cut and paste styles of paneling. I mean, there's a reason people know what you're talking about as soon as you utter the words JJK paneling. Like, you can...
that panel did nothing.
People know what you're talking about.
Then why aren't more people talking about it?
Oh no!
If people instinctively know what you mean when you say Jujutsu Kaisen paneling, how is it not talked about more?
But they're also operating under the assumption that people know what you're talking about when you talk about One Piece bad paneling.
What is this paneling that you say, oh, more conventional, more standard type of panel? This is a standard panel! What is he talking about? No, we don't!
We know what we're all talking about here, you guys.
I've never heard that phrase before.
Nami the Goat says, I read all of JJK and IDK what he is yapping about.
This panel and even the other panel, the page, like, what is the paneling doing? This is very standard stuff. The only thing you would say is it's less cluttered than something like One Piece, because Oda is jamming a lot of information and panels on a single page. Beyond that, the paneling itself is not doing anything. Like Mark talked about Dragon Ball, where you'll get, it shows the sky in this because they're jumping up and blah, blah, blah. And he went through the difference and the flow of the panels. This is just standard panel work that he's just like, oh my god, there's not as much going on in such breath of fresh air compared to other panels shonen, which do essentially this thing. I don't know what he's talking about. Crazy bars.
But he knows what he's talking about, and that's all that matters.
Paneling. Like, you could pick out any fight in Jujutsu Kaisen and it'll probably have better paneling than your favorite fight in One Piece. Granted, if
what are you talking about? What? He can't even compare the paneling of the two pages.
He hasn't shown a single page of a One Piece fight, full page, that shows the paneling. He showed the full page, 2 full pages for Jujutsu Kaisen. He didn't show a single full page of a fight for One Piece. What is he talking about?
Run it back 2 steps. He hasn't explained what paneling is.
He hasn't explained what paneling is. He sure hasn't. He hasn't talked about the way it... Oh, no.
No. flowing, messy art, how messy it is, superfluous information.
Oh no, the artwork within the panels itself. He has not talked about what paneling is. Oh Jesus. Okay.
It's objectively good.
It is objectively good.
So anyone can be a YouTuber, yeah? Absolutely.
Never forget.
Never forget.
If you were to say pick one panel from One Piece and one panel from Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm sure you could do more than a few examples where One Piece looks better. But the truth of the matter is that Akutami
Chris
can
the
take
Chilled says, Mark will talk about the beginning to end of multiple actions in a Dragon Ball panel. This guy is assuming that his audience knows what he's talking about.
And you should never do that.
No.
Obviously, there is stuff that you don't want to be like, Joker is a movie that was released in 2017.
Yeah,
directed by
all that.
We don't need all that. We know.
Todd Phillip, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but this, you should properly explain what you're talking about. Can you roll that back a little bit to the whole? You can take, because I think he just said you could take a panel from Jujutsu Kaisen and compare it to One Piece, and Jujutsu Kaisen win. Now
No,
you can do
he
this,
said, yeah, okay, yeah.
and then he goes, you can do the same thing with One Piece, but still.
Granted, if you were to say pick one panel from One Piece and one panel from Jujutsu
No, because all he's gonna say is,
Kaisen, people know what you're talking about as soon as you utter the words JJK paneling. Like, you could pick out any fight in Jujutsu Kaisen and it'll probably have better paneling than your favorite fight in One Piece. Granted, if you were to say pick one panel from One Piece and one panel from Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm sure you could do more than a few examples where One Piece looks better. But the truth of the matter is that Akutami can take a huge arc and seamlessly show each fight taking place across time. And then you go back to like Paramount War and it's like, so for starters, Jujutsu Kaisen fights usually seem better because
He Hungers for Hose says, when Mark is better at analyzing media than you need to take a step back.
Big time. I think that it is extraordinarily lazy to put this on the side of blurry on the side of the screen
And have people
do a
go,
meme over it and
"Ew."
just go, this is bad. You understand why? I can't tell what's going on. Not because of the paneling, but because it's tiny. I can't see it properly.
it doesn't even look bad. Like you said, it's just a lot going on a page. It's just a lot of panels. Like the one on the left has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 panels. To some people, that's going to be a lot of panels, and I guess that's what they mean when they say paneling, as opposed to Jujutsu Kaisen, which had 4. And I guess that's the difference.
But this isn't a 2-page spread. That's just 2 different pages. I just don't. This is not making your point in the slightest.
Altogether, there's 15 panels in 2 to 3 pages, because I do not know if that's a double spread on the left. But in 2 pages, so it's averaging like 7 panels a page.
starters, Jujutsu Kaisen fights usually seem better because they do in fact look better. And another big part of
You're not explaining why they look better. You're not explaining what you mean by paneling. Because you said you could probably take a panel of One Piece and it'll look better than a panel. So I have to assume at this point that what you mean is the art within the panel itself and not as a page in the various panels within that page. You have not stated what you mean by paneling, so I don't understand your argument, but you're continuing on like I should already know what you're talking about.
But they do, in fact, look better.
In fact, objectively, iconically look better.
I've not explained it, but they just do. Just take a page and they just look better than One Piece. Done.
I want to punch your stupid chibi avatar. They do not look better. Ouji is a bum. Has he shown a full One Piece panel? Paneling again.
If we're gonna make this argument, let's make this argument.
Please make the...
But you aren't making the argument. And it's very hard to compare two different things like this when you talk about paneling, because one thing could be trying to achieve something more than what the other thing is trying to achieve. Do you take something like Loki's introduction? It had one panel, it had like 3 panels in that. Do you take that, or do you take a big 2-page spread of a lot of stuff happening when you want to talk about it? Do you just go, this is the climactic finish of this fight, here it is with this fight, and here it is with this? Okay, what are they trying to achieve? Is this they're trying to save somebody, so this is more about saving them and not about beating this person, or is this a rivalry? There's so many different things to consider.
Nuance says, One Piece is such a large story with a living, breathing world where in one scene we are in one country, then across the world in the next. How do you compare them? JJK
it's just so hard to compare, and so you can just go, I think that this is better. You can just, if you want to make the point, but you're not making the point.
You're making the point by just restating your point over and over.
And relying on the audience knowledge of, once I say JJK paneling, you know what's up. I dislike his avatar as fuck, or his avatar is not great. You think it'd be something to spice this up a little bit, but this just looks like one of those in clip art, so just like nothing.
Choreography. But before I get into that, make sure to like the video if you're enjoying it so far. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it helps spread this video to other viewers like you. Now, the second part of this list goes hand in hand with paneling, and like I said, it's choreography.
Choreography number 2.
And while you can do
that
a
was
30...
not one of the ones that we said that it was going to be.
Somebody said it earlier, but
it wasn't.
We dismissed it as
list.
I think we had 4 and we couldn't decide on a 5.
Minute deep dive on the topic. It really just comes down to one simple.
Okay, hold on. What?
It's choreography. And while you can do a 30-minute deep dive on the topic, it really just comes down to one simple thing. Akutami takes the time to focus on each individual fight, whereas at least lately, One Piece will either mush them all together or rush right through a fight.
That's not choreography, you dumb! That's more pacing!
That's not choreography. That is winding up for a punch, they punch, and then they fly back. You wouldn't do a straight jab and then they fly up.
Yeah.
That would be bad choreography.
Or they do the punch, they fly back, they flip, they jump towards you, they kick, you block it. And then you grab their leg, you swing them around, and in that swing, they grip your other arm and they got you in a hold. That's choreography. The way the fight flows within the fight itself is more like the meta of the fight. What you're talking about is pacing. Yes. This guy stinks.
Yeah, he introduced this. It was like, here's this part, and it's just not this part.
What you're talking about is, hey, we're having a fight right here. It's not 2 or 3 chapters straight of the focus of this, because we're cutting to other things, which hurts the pacing.
And then you come back and the fight is halfway done. That's, argument to be made there.
Yes,
but make the argument.
Both these things, the points are there, but he's not making the point.
And that's why I said he didn't define his terms with paneling.
says, this man continues to prove that he has no idea what he is talking about. Just stop, you are already dead.
This bro is straight yapping.
Will we rank him in the content creator tier list? Probably A.
Yeah, A.
But there's been so many that we've done.
We need to do a new one.
Yeah. Like I said, anytime I listen back to a revisited, I mark it. I have notes and stuff just like, here's what I think about the creator. Here's if I think that the rating should be revised or something. So I'll be ready once we start.
Yep. It's just, when will we start?
In the case of Jujutsu Kaisen, even seemingly unimportant fights can look cool because Akutami takes the time to draw each step of the fight. So like the fight will start with a clash, and then the next panel is a punch, and then a kick, then a turn, then a block, then an exchange, then this, then that, then this. So in this sense, Akutami is a lot more cinematic in his approach to fights. By comparison, One Piece fights seem like they cut out those parts. Like when you read a One Piece fight, more often than not, you get all the clashes and big attacks, but you don't get the small in-between steps that are staples of every fight. It'd be like if you were watching UFC.
Oh, do you have
did
an
not
example,
show
please?
A fight in One Piece where this happens.
Do you have an example, please?
Come on, dude. This is the second point you've done this.
Katakuri versus Luffy. Luffy versus Kaido. Sanji versus Queen.
Yes.
King and Zoro.
Yes, Raka, we have covered Broken Ronin like 4 or 5 times. Typically for regular revisited episodes, not our live streams, but I think we've done 1 or 2 live streams on them too as well. He's not great. And he loves him some Jujutsu Kaisen, and I think Bleach he loves. I think he turned a little bit on My Hero. Marine 4 page in Discord.
I miss Mark paneling. He knew what he was talking about. He knew what he was talking about, just couldn't properly convey it. Or maybe he did.
Yeah.
See how what I like is better than what you do? Yes, that's because when I say paneling, you understand. Grounded fights over the type fights will always be different. Yep.
Jujutsu Kaisen would be the full fight with all the dancing and sidestepping and 10 minutes of each fighter just playing mind games. And One Piece would be the highlights with none of the build up to those moments. So, like paneling, the choreography also makes...
He's not showing one
crazy.
He's not showing a fight to go, here's a typical One Piece fight. Let's look at 5 pages of a Jujutsu Kaisen fight and 5 pages of a One Piece fight of comparable strength disparity or what have you, feats, whatever.
Let's look at this fight in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Can't spell hope without Ho says. Did he not read Luffy versus Cat?
I would be... If you told me he didn't read or watch One Piece, I would begin to believe you. But if he went, here's a 5-chapter fight in Jujutsu Kaisen, here's a comparable 5-chapter fight in One Piece. Let's see the beginning, middles, and ends. Beginning, and just do anything other than just going, if One Piece was UFC, it'd be highlights. It's like, okay, whatever.
Jujutsu Kaisen fights look better because of the time spent making those fights look like real fights.
This is the 3rd time he's essentially said this argument. Mr. Moore, what did we do? Did we ever do anything on Mr.
No,
Moore?
we haven't.
Okay.
He's more
theory stuff.
Not necessarily theory, but just sort of breaking down exactly what he's the dude that just like Marine Ford is perfect.
Oh, that type of stuff. Yeah, we haven't really done anything on that. We don't really engage with One Piece YouTubers, even though it is our favorite series, because we don't really care to hear, hey, this is amazing. Please watch. Please let me break down. I just personally don't care to engage with that type of material.
I like a Library of Ohara. He does like chapter breakdowns of just like, hey, this symbol in the background.
Yeah, that's informational
like
stuff.
In chapter 700, and I'm like, I like that stuff. But theory stuff, explaining why arcs are fantastic. I know why they're fantastic. I don't need to hear it. If you do like hearing it, hey, good for you. That's just not my brand.
And speaking of time, I'd like to get into the issue of pacing.
This mother did not show a single fight in One Piece to show. Dude, I can't be here.
Crazy.
And now we're right into pacing, which was again
one of them. But he talked about how the One Piece fights cuts away. So wouldn't that pacing be there in the paneling? Not the paneling section, the choreography section. He didn't show anything. Pacing again.
Dude, this is really just taking the wind out of my sails.
Because he's just not saying anything other than Jujutsu Kaisen is just better. Okay? We got it? We're all good here? King of Lightning Theory crafting One Piece story can be so cool yet some dumb from time to time.
As long as it's entertaining and it's not taken seriously, well, yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah, it's just not for us.
Before I do that, I'd like to mention something I didn't really see anyone talk about. And this might actually be a bit of a hot take, I don't know. But another thing I think Jujutsu Kaisen does a better job of is power scaling. Now, this is a huge point of contention within each respective manga. For example, there are people who think JJK does a shitty job of power scaling. And obviously there's people who think One Piece power scaling is pretty wacky. I mostly bring this up...
Why is Garp... You're showing Garp as an example of wacky power scaling. He was shown to be on the level of Gold Roger, who was one of the strongest people of all time.
Are you talking power scaling or power creep? Because those are two different.
Can't spell hope without Ho says.
He didn't explain what he's
Chapter
talking about.
879 page from page 11. It shows small moves to a big one.
Oh no, you're lying.
Yes.
Because Shonen Ouji said it doesn't do that.
And we will operate under the assumption that you're lying.
Yeah, he's correct. And we know he's correct even without any evidence.
You liar.
You liar, you. I'm good at lying.
So it's at least part of the discussion.
Aokiji couldn't kill Garp. Yeah, they had to jump the motherfucker.
I don't even know which one I would say has the better power system or who does the better job of power scaling. My guess is that most people would probably say Jujutsu Kaisen.
My guess is that most people would probably say Jujutsu Kaisen.
What?
There were like 3 qualifiers in there, and none of it was your opinion, so why are you giving it?
When you don't know, you haven't done the research or anything, you just go, so are you gonna make the argument about what people would say? Or would it be better to just make the argument about what you think? Do you think that would be more productive to hear about what you think about a certain thing or what other people may think about this certain thing?
And for good reason. While I love the system of
it's for good reason as well. This month is hiding behind other people would say this.
No, his belief of what other people would probably say.
say. And he's like, but they are right though, because fruits suck and domain. So they are right. I didn't make the argument. They maybe did.
I just agree with their argument.
Yes.
While I love the system of devil fruits, I think we can all
Nami
agree
the
that...
goat says, isn't it Gojo in a large gap in the rest of the bombs?
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
That's the power scaling. It is, we need to get Gojo out of here, else we are dead. Volcano Man, he's a bit of a problem to your Yujis, to your Tojis and all that stuff. Todos. But he's baby moded against Sukuna and Gojo.
Had it not been for hockey, the power scaling in One Piece would be pretty unbalanced. Plus, I just don't think...
Power scaling shouldn't be balanced. There should be weaker people and stronger people. Usopp is fine as a weak dude. He should not be up there on the rooftops against Kaido. He just should not be, and that's totally fine.
Universal Instinct Goku, Angel Seed Goku.
And you hope the liar for the super chat. Do you really believe someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
Oda cares about it like Akutami does.
What?
But there's Gojo.
Plus, I just don't think Oda cares about it like Akutami does.
Based on what?
What are you
just your
basing this
personal
on?
belief?
It's Kaido, who is said to be the strongest month in the world. So of course he's gonna be broken. You think Kinemon is just gonna come up and cut off his head? It's like, oh, rip, I guess.
Dude, Gojo is literally They couldn't beat him in a fight. They just had to lock him away.
Cyberman Wolf says, also power scaling has nothing
No,
to do
we
with
won't go
canon.
past that. Pacing, whatever we're on now.
But also, before I make the argument that I was gonna make, let's just talk about this thing that other people may or may not say, and I will bolster their argument, because I may or may not believe it as well.
Akutami obviously has fun with the abilities, but I think they put a lot more thought into how those abilities work in practice, especially against other cursed sorcerers.
Are you saying that Oda does not put thought into how his abilities work? Are you saying that? Because that was not the argument against One Piece. You just go, oh, this month understands it more, but you have to say that Oda understands it less, which you haven't said.
Not quite Hunter x Hunter levels of sophisticated, but it is up there with Hunter x Hunter and JoJo's.
It's not quite Hunter x Hunter, but it is up there with Hunter x Hunter.
What's sophisticated about JoJo's? They're just big men behind them that have an ability.
I think he's talking about how much thought is being put up into the abilities. Like Blue Hawaii. If you touch it and blood.
Oh, I'm sorry. It takes a lot of thought to go infinity.
It takes a lot of thought because I don't understand that bullshit. But I don't care.
The closer you get, the slower you get.
But purple, it combines red and blue. Thank you.
This man is a Hall of Fame yapper.
Hope the liar says,
sure do, yeah.
On a scale of not HXH to HXH, it's not HXH.
It's not yet to Hunter x Hunter, but it's close. It's like, I don't know where your line is, sir. You got a graph.
Again, I don't really have a good answer in this area, but it's something to think about considering most people...
You didn't make an argument for One Piece, and you did for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
I think you do have an argument.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a fully formed argument, don't give half of an argument for half of a series, and then just go, you come to your own conclusion. Akutami puts all this thought into their abilities, and in One Piece, it's kind of like power creep. And it's kind of gotten kind of wacky.
I don't think he thinks about it as much as Akutami. But I can understand the argument.
But I don't know where I stand with this.
Would probably say JJK anyway.
What?
It's something to think about considering most people would probably say JJK anyway.
Based on what, sir? You can't even find a tweet, but you just know the inner workings of the mind of the populace at large.
All of the fans of One Piece, all the fans of JJK, you know that they've all, and then you take all the people who've read both series, and then you know all of their opinions.
Now, like I said, pacing is another reason people like Jujutsu Kaisen's fights better, and with this one, I think it's pretty obvious. It's actually funny because I mentioned how Akutami spends more time on fights, but in reality, most Jujutsu Kaisen fights are probably shorter than One Piece fights. Like,
you don't have this.
You says, One Piece is too long, so it's bad. CONSOOMJJK and use the hype gifs.
Consume. We are in efficiency territory.
Move this man!
But they go, most of JJK's fights are probably shorter than One Piece. Why are you using qualifiers when
you can actually
you can find out?
You can actually look at the information and
don't introduce potential statistics and then do nothing with it. Don't go, this may be this thing, but I don't know. Like I said, that you can make the argument this month has not picked up the page of One Piece due to the fact that it's inaccessible.
Yeah, like all the things he's shown from One Piece have been like things you see people mention. He's going into but then again with Jujutsu Kaisen, he's showing basically the same fight.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Longest was Gojo versus Sukuna, and that was like 20 chapters. Let me just look that up, and okay, no, it wasn't even 15 chapters.
Hey,
okay.
Was that all chapters straight here where you see every blow of the fight, or did they cut back and forth between other things, which they did? Are we just not gonna mention that? Gojo died off screen. The big attack, he just went, yep, I sure did do this move, and let me explain this move.
It's objectively good.
The conclusion of the fight, we cut back to this month, and he's in half. Come on, are we just ignoring this?
Yeah.
now how long was...
Did they read Jujutsu Kaisen?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, no, it wasn't even 15 chapters. Okay, now how long was, let's say, Luffy versus Doflamingo? Luffy versus Kaido?
Hey, you said how long was Gojo versus Sukuna, but that's the final Sukuna fight. This would be like going, hey, how long was Luffy and Law versus Treble and Doflamingo, and then the Luffy and Doflamingo thing? Because you're breaking it down like that's technically a separate fight, even though it's all essentially one huge fight against Sukuna. Like, how long between Gojo losing and somebody else rocking up? How long of a gap were the fights there? Luffy versus Lucci was 19.
Even if they're not that much longer in actual...
You can't even tell me how long they were! You can tell me how long Sukuna, and you know why? Because you don't know when those fights start, because you ain't read this shit. I'm convinced at this point, this mom ain't even reading it. This is such bad faith, disingenuous bullshit. Because he goes, oh, okay, let's look up how long the Sukuna versus Gojo fight was. Oh, it wasn't even 15 chapters. Now, how long was Luffy versus Kaido? Or Luffy versus Buh? Or Luffy versus Buh? Even if they're not that much longer, you don't even know. Why wouldn't you look that up? This is crazy! Dude, Heike, this is so crazy.
Yeah, no, it's back-to-back people who cannot make an argument.
Chapters, the time between when fights like those start and when they end can be brutal. And it's because of what I said earlier. Oda will mush a bunch of fights together so that you're jumping between like 5 different fights at once. Whereas Akutami will be like, okay, so remember Yuta? Yeah, so now he's fighting 2 brand new characters you know nothing about, and while this is happening, it's going to be the best fight you've ever seen. And that whole clash was only like 5 chapters, I think. And yet somehow Akutami does this thing where it feels like we spend more time looking at the fight, and yet it takes up way less time. We get focus on the fight, but it never drags on. Meanwhile, One Piece will drag a fight out for way too long, to the point where even when you're reading the manga at your own pace instead of weekly, it makes you just want to skip to the end sometimes.
I have never wanted to just skip to the end of a fight.
What fight are you talking about?
It sounds like you just don't like One Piece.
What fight is he talking about? That's all I need. What is the fight he's talking about? Because he has to have felt like that personally. And I just need him to tell me what fight that is.
I'm not saying this is true for all the fights. There's a lot of cool fights.
Fuck you no, -999.
Fights in One Piece that are pretty well paced. But even fights like Luffy versus Lucci get obscured by literally everything else going.
Is that just the problem? That thing, or it's just cutting back? Because that's what happened with Sukuna versus everybody.
And this doesn't even cut back. They do like a punch, and you'll get a couple of panels of that, and then they'll go to the other person's fight, and they'll focus on that fight. The actual Luffy versus Lucci fight is probably like from when it's the main focus to the end, 11, 12 chapters maybe?
Luffy versus Lucci get obscured by literally everything else going on, to the point where a fight that should only be like 7 chapters turns into like a 15 to 20 chapter fight.
7 chapters! It should be 7 chapters, and it's now the Herculean inaccessible length of 15! It was longer, first off, showcasing that he has not read One Piece. Because this was not 15 chapters. He flat out, he has not read One Piece.
You are also convinced. Yeah, it's almost like Jujutsu Kaisen had nothing else going on at that moment.
So for that reason, a lot of people, probably most people, feel that Jujutsu Kaisen handles its fights better.
What are you basing this?
Likely a lot of people. Probably most people.
Who?
He is showing no evidence He is showing no tweets. He is showing no polls. He is not even going to Reddit. Just like, hey, which is better? He's showing nothing.
And it would be so much better if he did even a little bit
Gaming
of
and
research.
Virenj says, Anise Lobby has more fights. Why are you lying, bro? You are trash. You are so bad. I read Anise Lobby. Don't lie to me.
But if he went, Luffy versus Lucci starts in chapter 410 and ends in chapter 440, that would say something. Instead of just going, it could be shorter, but it's longer. You see, that's my point. It's like, okay, you're not saying anything.
And on top of that, on top of power scaling, choreography, and paneling, I think where Jujutsu Kaisen has the advantage is in what you commonly see referred to as stakes. I guarantee that if I did a poll and asked who does stakes better,
He focuses so much on what other people think, and it's just, what does it better, JJK or One Piece? It takes 1 second to do JJK, and you just go, look, 100,000 people said JJK and 50,000 said One Piece. You don't have any of their arguments. You don't know if they read One Piece. They have clicked a button.
This title should really be what I believe most people probably think Jujutsu Kaisen does better than One Piece. Because he's not presenting his own arguments for the most part. He's just presenting what people most likely believe.
Maybe.
I've gotten up and paced like 4 times. I'm so mad. Thank you for the super chat.
Because this buff, again, he's not read One Piece. And he's just making an argument for a series that he
Wolf
does
says,
like.
Steak.
Just stakes.
One Piece or Jujutsu Kaisen, most people would say Jujutsu Kaisen. And this can be for a bunch of reasons.
No, it could be for a bunch of reasons. Make your argument instead of making what you assume people's arguments may be.
There's only one argument. People die.
Holy crap, I don't care what you think other people might say. That does nothing for me for these factual, fictitious arguments. These people don't exist because they might be out there.
This video would have been much better if it was titled "Why Most People Think Jujutsu Kaisen's Fights Are Better Than One Piece." My brain hurts.
My goodness!
The world is sinking in One Piece, and 20 years into this story is high stakes. I'm getting hungry now because of the word steak. No evidence. I would not say Jujutsu Kaisen. He has nothing to say. Fry the steaks. 8 minutes of nothing. Explain.
Y'all go out there and get your 22K subs if this is all that it takes.
Yeah, you know what?
If this is all it takes for Muff to watch your videos, do it.
There's no reason not to at this point. Make your money.
Anybody can be successful.
Yeah, we got 2-3 minutes left of this.
Now, I won't lie, it's not like Jujutsu Kaisen has 0 ass pulls. Everyone has at least...
Wait!
That has nothing to do with stakes, dude.
You're conflating his tree of what he thinks these things are branches off
MF
so
Curry
much.
says,
Paneling is like
ironic
8
how I am
things.
making steak mac and cheese and mashed potatoes tonight.
Chicken mac and cheese and pulled pork mac and cheese are some of my favorite things. They're so fantastic.
Never had them.
Throw some pulled pork and some mac and cheese. Change your life. But there's so many. When he says paneling, he means like 8 things, and it's gonna be whatever argument that he means there.
It's this branch right now.
When he said the power scaling, he goes, Muff and Oda doesn't understand his power system, but JJK does. It's like, well, that's not power. You're not saying that this person is too strong based upon the world or anything. Define your terms.
Yeah, this is crazy. He hasn't defined anything, and he's mentioned 6 things at this point.
1 or 2 moments where they were like, all right, well, that's just stupid. But for every one of those, there's like 5 in One Piece.
What?
Please, just mention them. Just mention them.
Mention the ones in JJK and how they're not a big issue, or they are a big issue. Are you talking about something that's a 10 in JJK and then 3 5s in One Piece? What are you talking about?
Isn't as full of story problem and not an actual fights themselves? Sure, but that's not his argument right now. His argument right now is there a problem for this reason.
Man.
And the overwhelming example is the rule of P, namely that anytime a character with a P in their name is seemingly killed off, odds are they're probably going to come back. It happened to Pel, it happened to Pedro.
I have never heard this, and Pedro is dead.
Pedro's dead. He is factually dead. Pell should have been dead, but he's not. But yes, Pedro's dead.
But you see how we move from death to what was the one before?
No, he said ass pull.
Yeah. So what is he talking about?
The rule of P next to the 3.
Now
P's.
there's 4
Pushing
P's.
P.
And it happened to Pound. And they're
Pound, yes. Pedro's dead.
Hope the
There's a
Liar
bunch of-
says. I was worried for a minute I was having 3 petaseconds PTSD.
Hey, technically there were 3 P's.
of other examples like those. Meanwhile, in Jujutsu Kaisen, it doesn't happen all the time, but you do have more than a few cases where characters we cared about died. For example, you have the emotional and honestly traumatizing death of Junpei in early JJK. Later on, we get the
Who is Junpei to the story, to the characters, to the world,
To the theme.
Who is this guy? Was he a guy that was introduced just to die? Because if that's the case, we've got old girl's father in Wano introduced to die. He is dead.
Otoko.
He was there for 3 chapters. He's just a guy that was set up for Yuji's thing. He was made to die, and we've had characters in One Piece that were made to die.
And they are dead.
And they are dead.
You talk about the fake out deaths, but you don't talk about the actual deaths. The actual deaths do happen in One Piece.
shocking death of you-know-who in Gojo's flashback. After
We're talking flashback deaths now. We can't be talking about
flashback deaths.
We can't be.
We can't be talking about flashback deaths.
Nearly every Straw Hat has had somebody die in the flashback that was close to them. You can't. I can't. I don't think he read One Piece.
I'm factually sure that he has not read One Piece.
At this point,
Varia says, this dude is shotgunning talking points to praise JJK over One Piece, but is missing every shot.
And it's crazy because he has a sister video
the
that
Kuma
is
flashback.
But good thing he didn't read One Piece.
Yep.
But he has another video that is what One Piece does better than JJK.
Impossible.
I don't know how he made that video.
Especially when he ain't read One Piece.
When he ain't read One Piece.
Because I'm saying this right now. He did not read One Piece.
He ain't read One Piece. And he's so
Oda
lazy.
nukes towns and flashbacks.
And he's just so lazy that he couldn't even research anything. He'd be like, Lucci versus Luffy is this long.
You know what? This just proves that these arguments are disingenuous. Because all he's doing in this video is propping up and glazing Jujutsu Kaisen and going, One Piece is a stinky poo. I'm not even going to research it to disprove or prove my point. It's just trash. But I'm sure in the other one, he's just like, Jujutsu Kaisen is trash. I'm not going to research or look anything up for it. Just know that it's trash. I don't understand how guys like him get past 100. So, confirmation bias. There are people that are gonna listen to the things he's saying and go, yeah,
Jujutsu Kaisen is better. And then the One Piece people who think One Piece is better than Jujutsu Kaisen are gonna watch that video and go, yeah. And you've got 2 separate audience listening to 2 different arguments, and then they're both going, yeah.
And it's the same person getting the same views. He has made 27 Jujutsu Kaisen vids.
That's not a lot when you think about it.
After that, we got the heartbreaking death of Nanami. And right after that, we got the gruesome death of Nobara.
She's alive.
Whoopsie. Obviously, there's no way that he could have known that.
In the future.
But he goes, oh, these mobs are going to come back. And he's just going, there were 2 statements about Nobara. Both of them were a question mark.
Oh yeah, Monet and Virgo are dead.
He needs to pick up a book. Yeah, One Piece.
No, it's inaccessible. So
yeah, well, you can't pick it up.
Now, let's be honest. Do you care about every single one of those characters? Maybe not. I'm sure a lot of people didn't care about Nobara dying, even if it was intense. In fact,
why would people not care about Nobara? She's one of the main characters.
As opposed to Junpei?
Why would people not care about Nobara? What evidence do you have that people don't care about Nobara?
Do you not care about Nobara?
And you're just forcing that on other people.
Most people probably don't care about Nobara. Oh, so I was right. It was Junpei. Thank you. I didn't know. I didn't remember. He just said the name.
She was 6th in the first popularity poll.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, Wikipedia. I am going to shart in your mouth. She was 11th. My goodness. Maybe people don't care about her.
Because she's going down. Because
Gino Taku 91
it might
says,
have already been dead by
do
that
you
point.
care of Nami's character if she died by the hands of Ulti?
Yeah, do you care?
13th in the third one.
Where's Junpei, though?
14th in the next one. Who knows what
So she was top 15 in basically every one of them, even after her death.
So the second popularity poll, she was already, is deep into the code.
This my demon time.
Chapter 168.
So yeah, she was dead for years. And she was still number 11, but most people probably didn't care about her death.
Basing this on nothing, mind you.
So, Nanami, they cared about his death. They cared about Junpei's death. They cared about the past death, but they don't care about Nobara's death.
Sukuna in the same chapter, in the same one, she was number 11. Sukuna is 13, and Todo is 14, and Toji is 9.
I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here.
some people are still waiting for her to be like, haha, just kidding. Regardless whether you care about those characters or not, everyone agrees that those deaths are intense and they impact the rest of the story in meaningful ways.
How did Nobara's death impact the story in meaningful ways? She's just not here.
Motivation for Yuji. But again,
that's Nanami. Nanami does the same thing. Junpei does the same thing.
But if you want to talk about deaths impacting in One Piece, don't act like they're just not deaths that aren't impactful in there.
Especially if you're talking
Nobody's
about
listening to you, you cuck.
Guess Pedro's death was a fart in the wind.
Who's everyone?
I just realized that Maki's sister is dead.
Something that can only be said for a fraction of deaths in One Piece, which has a big impact. In One Piece, you're almost conditioned to assume that no one will ever die, so it almost doesn't matter.
So wouldn't the death be more intense when they do die? Yes. If you've been conditioned not to think of death.
Because we got like...
This is like when Steve Harvey says he interviewed 100 people for Family Feud.
Yeah, nah.
But, yeah. We've got like, what, 500, 600 chapters of nobody dying, and then bam, Ace gets a hole in his chest, and you guys go, oh, he's big dead.
Or who wins or loses. In Jujutsu Kaisen,
what do you say about wins or loses?
Will ever die, so it almost doesn't matter who wins or loses.
It matters who wins or loses based on the story, because if Luffy loses, this kingdom is cooked.
Mm-hmm. And it does matter who loses, it just doesn't matter if they die or not. That's a big difference. Because Wappo didn't die, but his kingdom was overthrown. So it did really matter if he lost.
So the island is free now.
I think it really matters that he lost.
It matters that Crocodile lost. It matters that Enel lost.
If they did die, would it change anything? No, not really. But it matters that they lost.
So who's gonna tell this bum about the fake out deaths in Jujutsu Kaisen? He already said there's a couple in there. You know what I'm
But
saying?
he's not gonna mention that for the sake of Jujutsu Kaisen being better. If Luffy lost one, it would have been a weapons factory after being smushed. Because Kaido was just like, "Oh, they having fun over there? Let me grab this island and just crush them, and whoever's left, get back in that factory."
And keep in mind, again, I don't dislike Jujutsu Kaisen.
No.
But this guy is glazing it in a way that is completely disingenuous to the argument he's making. Again, every one of his arguments, I believe there is an argument to be made. And for the most part, I would agree with a lot of the argument, the subject of it. The pacing, I would agree. The paneling, I would agree.
I would be willing to hear these arguments, but you're not willing to give the arguments.
This is nutso.
He's just not a good YouTuber.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, characters can and
No, I think he's a fine YouTuber. I don't think he's a good analyst.
I don't think he's a good analyst YouTuber.
I don't think he's a good video essayist. This video is goofy. Lucci was just a stray cat in the way, no biggie.
often do die at any given moment. They're also just taken more seriously. I mean, Oda has come right out and said he likes when fights used to be goofy like back in the old days. So while he can
Do
make
you
content-
have a quote, mayhaps? May I see that? Because it sounds like there may have been more context to that. He's just like, ooh, I don't like...
Chris the Chilled says, I don't think he's a good researcher.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. But if he's just like, I liked the lower stake things where they weren't in as much danger because I like these characters and I don't want to see them hurt. That'd be something different than I want to go back to Goofy, but I can't.
Emotional fights, obviously Akutami takes them more seriously. So for this reason and more, I have to say that Jujutsu Kaisen generally has better fights than One Piece.
So how do you make that other video?
Maybe something like world building is the main point of that.
I'd like to hear a little bit of that after this.
Paneling and choreography, they simply look better. Because of the power scaling and stakes, you can take them a bit more seriously. And because of the pacing,
My
you
source
get
is
them
that I
in an
made it the
easily
fuck up.
accessible way. Are they
Can we pull that back a little? Just
Thank you, Isaiah, for re-upping to the
just
ball.
a little bit, because we're in the meme territory. We're in he said the thing territory.
them a bit more seriously? And because of the pacing, you get them in an easily accessible way.
Ah, yes. You see, One Piece, the accessibility is quite low.
Practically
Yes.
accessible.
Yes,
you might say.
practically.
All right, have fun carving your pumpkins. If you want, throw a picture in the photos, because we're carving a pumpkin too, or at least our brothers are, and we're probably gonna throw that in there. Yeah, it's inaccessible.
It's also not for us. Let's not
yeah.
forget that. Keep in mind also.
This is a disjustice to YouTubers.
Oh, accessibility.
Can someone give me a membership? Is crazy.
It's $1, Corey! $1!
Are they always better
Thousand
written
Master
than One
Swan
Piece's
Slayer says, it's inaccessible.
It's inaccessible. We can't access it.
Hey, Corey, ask Eric to not spend money on Hawk stickers and
There's
use
no
that
way he
$1
bought a Hot Toa sticker.
and put it on my car.
They put a Hot Toa sticker on your car. Is that what I was hearing the other day?
I was at the store, loading in my car, and somebody comes up. I got a Kingdom Hearts sticker, and underneath it was a Hawk Tuah sticker. And go, hey, Kingdom Hearts and Hawk Tuah? I'm like, the f-? I looked over there, and there's just this Hawk Tuah sticker just staring at me. And at that point, I had 3 options. I could get mad and just like, the f- is this? I don't like this bullshit. Get out of here. That's number one. Number two, the second thing that came to my mind, I was just like, just lie. This isn't my car. I don't know what you're talking about. But those two things would make the dude feel awkward. So I went into the third one of just like, yeah, man.
It is what it is.
It's funny. I like it. You know, it's like, yeah, you keep up with the podcast? I'm like, yeah, I'm a couple episodes behind, but I got to go, man. And I'm just like, I'm out of this conversation.
Hey! Isn't that what you do when we come from the movies? When you were talking to them, oh yeah, Justice League was a good movie, Uber driver. Oh yeah. You see how it's not fun?
I'm just saying. There's a big difference between that and Hawk Tour.
You owned it? I didn't know that. I
had to.
You could have just been like, oh, that's a prank my brothers did.
No. The enthusiasm.
I do love
the enthusiasm
Hope the liar
with which
says,
that person did.
Lincoln $sign elf.
I was just like, I can't do this to this person. So yes, ask him to not use his money frivolously on Hawk Tour stickers and give you that $1 to get a membership. Ask him to do that. That piece of You don't know how mad I was at that.
That's such a good break. And it would have just been on there forever if that dude ain't mentioned it. Because if you ain't see it that morning, likely you weren't going to see it another morning. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Unlike this video.
Accessible way. Are they always better written than One Piece's fights? No. In fact, I would even argue that Oda does a better job of writing his fights. But all the writing in the world can't change the fact that Jujutsu Kaisen has some of the best looking fights in all of manga.
Writing is over here. Whatever. Oh, I'm writing.
I'm a good writer.
Good.
It look better, and that make it better. Cause all the better
writing in the world, setup, narrative, all that push is over there. Get it out of here. I need Ooga Booga.
Hype over writing. This guy is so ass.
But now I'd like to hear what you think. How would you compare Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece? Was there something I missed? Share your thoughts and see what everyone else has to say down in the comments. I'll pick my favorite and share it as comment of the week on my community tab. And if you'd like another discussion like this one, then check out my video on Jujutsu Kaisen's art style. In that video, I analyzed Jujutsu Kaisen's artistic evolution. You can find that video in the playlist linked right here. Until then, thank you for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Hall of Fame easy.
Easy money. Easy money.
Can't believe it. Cannot even begin to believe it.
Easy money.
Oh, CoffeeZilla's thing with Andrew Tate is out. Cool. One Piece.
Or to write better fight despite how Dritz says he makes some fights feel pointless. Yeah, Dritz is the own thing. We don't talk about Dritz around here.
Of One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen are technically better due to things such as paneling and choreography. One Piece fights are better because of the investment.
I think you're a fucking idiot, and you missed showing evidence to Moat claims, and the ones you showed were edited in a way to fit your narrative.
This is how One Piece fights are better than Jujutsu Kaisen's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I said, how can you make the other side of the video?
As paneling and choreography. One Piece fights...
we're not watching too much of it anyway.
Yeah, but it's still good.
Oh my god!
They need to see it.
They don't! That's the point! Especially since we're about to be the out of here. Oops, not that one. We're out on a mission at this point, technically. Boom. I'm not even doing the whole thing.
Are better because of the investment and the payoff. And I already know what you're gonna say.
How am I gonna say a series that never kills its characters has good payoff?
Well, first off, JJK does the same thing, so meh. Second, while that may...
But you, in the other video...
be true, the kind of payoff you get with some of these One Piece fights is godlike. So, in this video...
So they're not in Jujutsu Kaisen? Are you saying the payoffs in Jujutsu Kaisen are lame?
I'd like to analyze the way Oda carefully builds up to these epic fights, thoughtfully crafts the different matchups, and structures the fights so that they're some of the most iconic fights in all of manga.
Okay. So he structures them and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
that video
but you
long, by the way.
complained but you complained about him cutting away from it and all that
says,
stuff.
Hey BG, dislike this video live on stream for me.
I already took it away, unfortunately, but I will dislike it just for you.
I tend not to in things that I don't enjoy because that does give them
I don't care. I don't care if they get engagement off of it. My view is an engagement off of it. I don't give a shit.
But you clicking away from it like that is seen as negative because you didn't watch enough of it to be like,
I don't care. He can get as popular as he wants. He needs to know my displeasure of this.
I don't enjoy what you were saying here.
Yeah.
But that dislike could be taken as all the JJK fans.
He can take it whatever way he wants. I am voicing my displeasure with a dislike.
Fair.
Period.
Yeah, no, that dude is horrible.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible.
That is legitimately how you don't make a video.
Read the comments of the first one? Yeah, sure, why not? You guys aren't going to be able to see it because I completely closed the tab off of that because it pissed me off. One Piece, JJK.
If you're a
Be gone from me, you soy boy beta cock.
I gotta extend that. I definitely think Oda puts more emotion into backstories and characters. Oda says he doesn't enjoy drawing fights, which is why One Piece fights are more about the emotion. I don't really understand the One Piece paneling problem. Is it just because there's so much drawn in each panel because there are half...
I don't really understand the problem. Jay the Realist.
Hey, yeah, that's us. We know them.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count then.
Yeah, no, they're part of us. That doesn't count. We've taught you too well. Gruesome death of Nobara. Yeah, that statement has spoiled faster than milk. Pedro did die, so that statement is wrong. Yeah. And then someone just says One Piece fans can't take criticism.
Can you go to newest real quick?
Yep. Wait, Pedro is alive? I thought he was dead.
Oh, whoops.
Fighting scenes make better story, lol. I'm glad all this goes out the window due to One Piece remake. Wait, Pedro came back and makes me feel better about not enjoying Jujutsu Kaisen. Thanks, I love the emotion, but I don't like the fight itself. That's probably why I love One Piece so much. Why do you heart that? This has to be satire because JJK has horrible heart fuzz family.
Can we get some Goku T23?
No.
We got T23 last week.
And B-List is already streaming, so you should go over there.
These moms are addicts.
Yeah, no, they're cooking him.
Yeah, newest is aged like milk.
I admit, I sometimes think that I'm stupid because manga-wise, I sometimes don't understand what's happening in Jujutsu Kaisen fights. I don't know if it's the art itself, the paneling, or whatever. I prefer this bit simpler fighting than One Piece.
Top is it's crazy compared to newest.
Yeah, no, they are not. He's getting cooked
big time. All right, y'all.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you over to B-List. They're not streaming yet.
Are they streaming or are they streaming on just streaming?
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Yep, they're in there, so they would probably just be streaming to themselves. So y'all would have to go to their our Discord actually, and then go to their channel to see it. Other than that, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna link them anyway because y'all can go subscribe when they do showcase that stuff. Enjoy yourselves. We are outo here.
DSP next week. Finally.
Yeah,
properly.
Yeah, that's crazy. DSP.
Right, the right day, the right structure, pending something happening.
These interviews, things are kind of cooking, so I don't know, something might happen.
So yeah, we will see.
Yeah. enjoy the rest of your Saturday. That was go play Metaphor. Absolutely, good game, good game. Those were some horrible videos. I mean, absolutely dogs. There are so few times I'll say I think a video is worthless. I think we just watched at least one worthless video.
Yes. Fair assumption.
And that's crazy. That's crazy to me. I think within the entirety of our 3-ish years doing this, I don't know how long we've been doing this.
Triton's linking that is just like from 4 years ago. There's stuff that's just like beginning of COVID.
Yeah, so 4.5, 5 years doing this. I could probably count on 2 hands the amount of worthless videos. And this had at least one of them. We're not doing in Last of Us 21. We're not doing Goku T23. We're not doing, and I love how no one's in Salad Sand anymore, because y'all know he's been surpassed so hard.
Nobody's asking for where's Raditz. We know what happened.
Yeah, there's so many games. I'm playing Silent Hill 2. I'm playing Metaphor. Call of Duty, I want to play that story when it comes out, and it's coming out soon. I'm playing the game that Meme, I believe, said I should play, which I'm playing on Xbox, which is a card game, and it's got its hooks in me. It's bad. First visited was 5 years ago. Golden Wind by Ocean Man. There you go. Somebody was like, hey, it'd be great if you could create your own stories through a Dragon Ball game like Sparking Zero, where you could just put the tag shift up, and people would Goku T23 would go crazy on it. And then you could pick your own colors and character designs for the Saiyans and stuff. Dude, people would go nuts. So,
August 12th, 2019. So we just passed the anniversary.
That's crazy. 5 years. It goes so fast.
Way back to Danganronpa.
Nah, we're not counting that
January 2018.
We're not counting that one. That was a fun thing we did. Maybe I'll actually throw some video on that one and re-release it. If you were with, what would you change in One Piece? I would change... What would I change? At least from the East Blue? I don't know. I don't think there's too much to change in East Blue.
Like I said, I would prefer not to change anything because that gets away from what the author intended. And then if you go into manga, into proper One Piece and just going, where are the things that I like? The more comedy, the less comedy, the more action, the less action, whatever it is. And it's not there, you're going to be less inclined. Or maybe it won't be. I don't know. I'm not going to make blind assumptions based upon nothing.
Yeah, like I said before, the only thing I would change is I would let Oda include the things he wanted to include, like Usopp getting his goggles, that type of thing. Other than that, I don't think there's too much. Yeah. Oh, one thing I would change is the silhouettes of the Yonko. Because when they were first introduced,
obviously
they were not. Yeah,
it's just 7 people holding swords. Okay.
Yeah. Look, we're actually out of here because I still got to set up stuff in the basement. Yeah, I got it. Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. Enjoy Halloween coming up because it's gonna be great. Catch us on the podcast tomorrow. Hopefully, regular revisited. You can blame our brothers for not having it this week because they wanted to go out to eat the day we record. Bye.